Oh, there they are.
There
Good
he
earners.
is.
There he
There he
is.
is.
Welcome to
Jigaboo cock.
the Jigaboo cocksucker.
I thought I seen a couple of niggas running that way.
Oh, I can't wait. this episode, I'm telling y'all. Well, first,
African American, if that helps you feel better.
yes, let me tell y'all, this episode is the perfect episode for the emails that we have. It is ridiculous, and we are
crazy.
Yeah, and we are unidentified black male.
Yes.
So, but welcome to Good Earners, Review of the Sopranos. And here on Good Earners, we like to talk about family, finessing, finances, and feelings in the world of Tony Soprano, bringing you a new perspective, a fly perspective, and a blackety black perspective.
Why I gotta be black?
The fundamental
Why
question.
I gotta be black?
Why I gotta be black? Why can't
y'all the only ones? Hey, y'all the only ones that do that.
Only
man.
people that do that.
You
man.
people
Make it all about it. So black. You fucking people.
But here's the question. The fundamental question is, will we be effective as a podcast like Talking Sopranos? And we will be, even more so. But until we are, it'd be hard to verify whether I think that we will be more effective. So, yeah, I know what that's reference to, obviously. But we are here for another episode. And, last week it was a little quiet in the streets. Things got dried up. I'm sure there's a wire reference for when the work wasn't out there, whatever a term is for that. But we do got plenty of communication out there for some supporters of ours.
I told you why we didn't get any emails last week.
Oh, they lined
Nobody
up.
was trying to talk about in Camelot. Nobody has anything to say about that.
It's crazy you say
episode.
that. It's crazy you say that because we do have somebody that talk just reached out. So I'm gonna start there. I'm not gonna go in chronological, so y'all bear with us. Order because I'm gonna go in a different order here. So because it's from this. So Michelle Mowbray, I believe it's she, reached out with 3 emails. So the first one, she says, hello. So she says, dear Good Earners, I love your podcast. You guys are funny. In this world where everybody walks on eggshells around racism, you guys have the balls to find the humor when it rears its head in The Sopranos. You're secure enough to love these flawed characters no matter what. I personally don't use the N-word, but your liberal use of it to describe everybody in all caps, no matter their color, cracks me up. Recent example, Dr. Russ Fagoli and Marco Polo. Your dissection of cultural differences is enlightening and fun to hear, even if I don't always agree with your assessments. I relax at night by listening to podcasts while drifting to the arms of Morpheus. So sometimes it takes about 3 times to hear a full episode. I don't care about the order I hear them in. I'd like to start sending my thoughts and observations per episode. As you say, you enjoy getting emails. You guys have a very unusual and entertaining podcast. Don't change. Michelle from Braidwood.
Thank you, Michelle.
Braidwood?
Thank you. I wonder where that is.
Yeah, me
Spell
too.
Braidwood.
Like braid, like braids, and then just wood. Uh-huh. So Braidwood. BRAIDWOOD.
I say Chicago.
Oh,
Illinois.
Illinois.
Chi-town. In Illinois.
Yeah. In Illinois. All right. But
I love that email, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely keeping that same energy for everybody.
Yeah, and Michelle, it's more niggas than black people. I'll tell you that right. Like it's beyond black people.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's but no doubt. I love how you eloquently put that. And yes, we do. There are a lot of podcasts that don't really take it there, and for obvious reasons, but we happen to be on the other side of that gun, so we can kind of maneuver how we want. So
touch it.
Nah, they can't even.
Some podcasts can't even touch it.
That's a superpower for us right there.
I like to
you feel the awkwardness in the room,
like
when you hear it.
Yeah, I like to think that we approach this podcast the same, like there's no microphone, like we're never gonna put this out.
Yeah, we do.
That's our conversation. And that hopefully we've been cool so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays the course. We only got 25 more episodes, y'all. But
Hey,
That's how we try to approach it, man. So yeah,
it's about to get risky starting this episode.
Oh boy, yeah, oh buddy. Goodness gracious,
there he is.
Strap up your seatbelts, man. Don't
hey, don't say strap up.
Hey, look, hey, man, and make sure you got your seatbelt on and your insurance ain't lapsed like Phil Leotardo, because it's about to be hit after hit.
Another last time listeners in these episodes.
I'm trying to figure out, should I read all of Michelle's emails here, because she's given a little bit of comments on some episodes. So she gives one for Camelot and she gives one for Marco Polo.
Let's hear them.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Hello, good earners. Some stray thoughts and observations on Camelot. I guess I'm in the minority. I really like this episode. It never occurred to me that Fran came to Johnny Boy Soprano grave on the off chance she would run into Tony. I doubt she visits after every funeral he goes to. She would have had to be scouring the obituaries and positioning herself at his gravesite for possible years until he happened to come by. And when Tony asked her what she needs, she seems sincere enough when she answers, come on, bro. Come on, Michelle. Not a thing. If this was all planned out, her answer is a huge gamble. The conversation could have been over right there. We don't see how they parted, but he must have gotten her information.
That's the hook.
If you
ever watch Better Call Saul, that's the hook. You can't go for the small con. You got to tell her you don't need nothing.
Yeah.
For the big play.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Absolutely.
It's a little lengthy.
Dude.
Yeah.
easy, buddy. That's what she said.
Vito. All right. at her apartment over cocktails in 1950s era, I can't even say this word, but it must be French. She regales Tony with stories about her brushes with JFK, the Rat Pack, and Jackie Gleason. Tony looks through old pictures and sees a young Hess. She didn't bring him up. Tony did, which led to her complaint about the racetrack. It seemed to happen naturally. She wasn't pushing for it. Not saying she wasn't glad the subject came up. I think it might be here that she starts dreaming about a possible payday. I'd love to ask David Chase. About that look on Tony's face when she's singing Happy Birthday in JFK's at. I really don't think Tony wanted to bang her, although we know he puts a lot of thought into who he follows, Ralph Cifaretto for one. In this case, his mind had to be reeling over the calculation. Having sex with Fran would be following JFK, a historic follow. Wow. And by extension, OMG, Marilyn Monroe. But then he would also be following his father, and by extension, Livia. That's just too much to contemplate on top of bacon wrapped water chestnuts with duck sauce. Cue the perfect music over credits, Melancholy Serenade theme song from the Jackie Gleason show. Michelle from Braidwood.
Michelle deep in these streets.
Man, listen, I ain't mad at it.
I see you, Michelle.
It's rare. I have nothing to say afterwards, but she said it all.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Michelle, I'm going to save your Marco Polo comment for the next week because it is a little lengthy and I want to get through a few more of these. All right, here we are. We got something from our Christopher episode in season 4 from Madeline Bay. Love the intro. I spit my coffee across the room. 4 laughing emojis. I love when him down the stairs. If those stairs could talk, she got it from YouTube. It's a YouTube comment. Obviously, I used our picture in the scene where I think this was Ralph. The whole Ralph and Janice thing. So, but I guess she loves the intro of the how we introduce our perspective here. But some people don't. Speaking of some people that don't, let's get.
That was the end of that email.
That's the end of that one. Shout out to Madeline.
Thank you,
Appreciate you, Madeline.
All right.
The ladies stepping up today.
Hey, stepping up, man. Come on, man.
Ladies always say today, man. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, they do.
Straight up. That's a fact.
Okay, we got a couple comments from the last one. One from Cool Trilly 6. Dr. Russ Fagoli a Gary Cooper type guy. Okay. And this other one is Yo for Ass Burgers 5.
What's that? The names is wild, y'all.
Yes.
I just want to let you. We appreciate y'all, but the names is wild.
Yeah, the names is wild. LOL. A black perspective. Why y'all gotta make everything about race? I swear, y'all the only minority who does that constantly.
Appreciate your thoughts.
Y'all have more to say than me. I who cares? That's what I say to that. Who cares? Thoughts? Yeah, appreciate your thoughts.
That's it. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate your thoughts, man.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of things I can say right now that I'm not.
I really want to. We said some other things, but I'm gonna leave that for the group chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I really had some flames ready for real, but we're gonna let them marinate. We got a comment from our Marco Polo. They said, I always took the comment about the gun as he smuggled it into the country. Tony has the Italian mafia connection. I don't think the mafia boss is giving out bootleg gifts. Obviously, this is from what I was saying. I think this listener, the user from YouTube, I think you're right. I think I missaid how it meant, but it was along those lines. So you hit it on the nose. So shouts out to you.
I think the point there though was there was a point there that Tony was uncouth. Like he would take it if it was fake or a knockoff.
Yeah.
Because he ain't got as much class as your boy, the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were trying to show, man.
We got a revisit from our girl, Monica Goldberg. She says, greetings, gentlemen.
Hey.
I always intend to email after I finish listening to the pod and then AM, and then I'm too late. You guys stay amazing and so much fun to listen to. For the background you asked for, I watched the first few seasons of The Sopranos in real time and then fell off. I was in the middle of maybe my third full-length rewatch when I went looking for podcasts and found y'all. I binged and listened to the past episodes until I was caught up. You add immensely to the experience. Incidentally, I am a basic white lady, or however your listeners described it a few weeks ago. Ew, shots has been fired. They're talking about, our the mixed queen. That's funny. That is crazy. Hey, take it easy. Take it easy, listeners. Take it easy. Yeah, none of y'all are basic, man. We love y'all. But no, she says, I'm a basic white lady, or however your listener described it a few weeks ago, LOL. I guess that's why I'm a Carmela defender, sort of.
Yeah,
this is a reply from the Nothing Happened email from, this is in that same chain from we talked about the last episode of season 4. She says, as far as your next show, I recently rewatched The Wire, and it would be amazing to have y'all podcast that. Then again, I never could get into Game of Thrones. So maybe if you choose that, I would. Also a bit of a flyer, but what about Succession? Maybe even wider than The Sopranos, but great stuff.
1,000. We got y'all. We did the last season of Succession, and it's definitely wider than Sopranos.
And she said, would love to hear your take. And she says, thanks very much for all your hard work, and read this on air or don't. Whatever, best, Monica.
You know, that's one of the things too. Game of Thrones would be immensely different commentated by by us. The references and the stuff you pick up on, like Game of Thrones would be completely different for people who watched it and listened to this as a recap. So that's a feather in Game of Thrones head and ours.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones would be fun. Even talking House of the Dragon right now. Oh, we got y'all. Just people are loving it just because we bring a certain element to that world.
Yeah.
It's in a real time way.
Yeah, people underestimate the entertainment quality when it comes to podcasts. It's not just knowing information. That doesn't make you a good podcaster. For those that are thinking about it or considering it, it's more than just, I got thoughts and opinions. No, you got to be entertaining. But don't get me started. I can get on my soapbox, and I ain't going to do that here. And lastly, for this episode, so before we get into it, we asked our New Jersey Italian connection, Chris Falone, about
the friend of ours,
the supporter, the guy. And Spike had said, hey, Chris Falone, reach out. Like, are they really like this in Italian events when it comes to like barbecuing and events at the crib like they did in Marco Polo? And he says, bro, The Italians are OD. He said with that time bullshit, especially the older generation. Man, I felt Carmela so much in this scene. You have a 4:00 party. These mother show up at 3:30 complaining that the food isn't ready. Shake my head. And then he says, he also says that I wasn't bugging when I was talking about Cousin Greg. He was like, no, you're thinking Cousin Gregory, the character from the earlier scene from D Girl. I was like, oh, because he was like Cousin Brian, but I kept saying, I said Cousin Greg.
I got you.
Okay, so man, we thank Chris Fallone, man, our New Jersey Italian insider, man. Yeah, he
the difference
always
with black people. Chris, the difference with black people, they'll show up at 6 and the party started at 4, and they still wondering why the food not ready.
Yeah. Facts.
That's the black version of that.
Facts.
That is how it goes. Y'all gotta, we gotta get y'all. We gotta bring y'all to one of the events, man.
Like, I came late hoping the food would be ready, and it's still late. Like,
y'all niggas just now cooking.
Just now, that's crazy. Yeah. But nonetheless, y'all didn't come here for cooking. Y'all came to hear this latest episode, and we are about to start cooking. Spike Lou, what episode are we reviewing today?
Mo, this is episode 9 of season 5, and it's entitled Unidentified Black Man. And in this episode, Unidentified Black Male. So the panic attacks are back. Tony experiences one when hearing some surprising news from Johnny Sack. Jersey may no longer be neutral in the war for New York's new leader. Carmela wants to move forward with the divorce. Meadow gets Finn a sweet gig, and Vito is caught in a compromising position. This is season 5, episode 9, entitled Unidentified Black Male.
Oh, man. Here we are. We're finally here to one of the storylines.
I've been alluding to it.
Yes, here we go.
The home stretch is here.
Yeah, here we go, buddy. Y'all go ahead. Let's get it. Tony and Blundetto, they watching the game outside. And pretty much Blundetto brings up, he says this thing about this Rasta guy making grilled cheese on the radiator. I had a funny joke about that. Like, oh, y'all always taking from us, because we know a later character talks about grilled cheese on the radiator. Yeah, but no joke. But
talk compromise.
Yeah, exactly. What did y'all get from this scene? There's a couple of we definitely get right into the black slur. We're jumping right in there. No hezzy.
You think there wouldn't be so many around to make trouble when they're making cheese on radiators and shit.
A couple of
brilliant seed planting. Like, this is one of the reasons we love the Sopranos, man. The limp. Yep. Like, Tony's smart enough to know 2 black dudes didn't just, run up on his cousin, but he ain't informed enough to know what actually happened. Mm-hmm. So we just get that as a little tidbit, and it's brilliant how it plays out and how he puts it together, and it speaks to the intelligence of Tony that we always talk about. Most people wouldn't have put 2 and 2 together, but he did.
Yeah,
and the authenticity of the we call it the wash rag, but the cloth, I don't know.
It's called a fat boy rag in the black community.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a new one. Yeah, I ain't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
you ain't fat boy. You ain't never in the fat boy rag.
That might be a southern. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hip to it. Yeah, fat boy rag. When it gets hot outside, that's when you know it's officially that season.
I didn't know it was a term for it, but I know what you mean. The rag. I definitely know it was a term.
Yeah, man. Okay. He got it on the head and the cable running through. That reminds me of New York. The cable running through the window, or the cord running through the window for the power. You outside watching the game, just trying to get some. You just move the TV. Everything outside. It's not an outdoor setup. We just made it an outdoor setup. So that was just interesting. But the whole point of this scene is what Spike said.
It's this is. I just want to say this, and we can keep moving. This is probably one of the most civilian things Tony has done in the entire series.
Yeah, facts.
He has no reason to be outside sweating out. He can be all the way in the house. We see him later in his pool at his house that he actually owns. Like, he's just outside thugging it. Like, what it takes. Y'all, we know, what it takes mentally to say, I'm going to chill outside. I know the sweat coming. I know it's muggy, but we watching outside. We drinking beers. Do you know what that takes? And this is not an event. Like, you really got to be dedicated. I'm telling you,
married Tony wouldn't be doing that.
No.
Tony wasn't separated. He wouldn't be doing that at all.
Facts. No. I think that's what they were showing too.
That's some single shit. Yeah.
So he just living in the moment. He just kind of
Yeah, he ain't got shit
I'm
else to do. He ain't got nobody to take care of,
caveman.
responsible for him. Yeah.
Oh, caveman.
I'm back to caveman days. Yeah, I'm here. I ain't no family man. I ain't got no other responsibilities. We finna sit out here and watch the game.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Tony B probably called him up. He
in the
went,
middle of
sure,
the
why
day.
not? Fuck it, I ain't got nothing else to do. Literally,
Yep.
I'm waiting
Yankees
for people to
play
call me, ask me to do shit.
Fact. Yankees play at 3. You trying to catch the game in the backyard? Cool. Why not?
I'll bring the Dos Equis.
Well,
I appreciated that.
mhm.
We go to the next scene. It's dinner with Finn, Meadow, and AJ. And Finn is doing what he's supposed to be doing here, according to where he comes from. And he ain't been educated yet. So in his mind, he's trying to do the I'm impressing your dad thing. I don't know if y'all been through this, definitely been through the like, oh, let me go through the extra stops to try to impress the pops, to try to look good. You know, that's just respect. You know what I'm saying? But obviously things go mad left. And Meadows' look is priceless. But what did y'all think about this scene? What stood out to y'all?
So I think you have to know who the father is before you make that kind of decision. All right. And here's another thing that I think is important for this, because I'm in the same situation. I don't know what it's like to be a father. I don't know what it's like to be, and it's not just a father. Like Tony plays the role of a provider as well. Like nobody wants for anything. Nobody works for anything or has to. Like if they need it, Tony will get it. Like Tony's the type that'll go out on his birthday and pay for dinner. Even if it was his birthday. Like he won't let nobody else take the tab unless it's the crew, unless it's the fellas. Those are the people he takes from. But when it comes, I take from my family, I take from my mob family so I can provide to my real family. Right? That's how he looks at it. So if you're not a father or you're not that type of person or built like that, like that's a boss mentality. Like I'm not taking anything from you. Well, what do I look like taking money from you, Finn? Like you're a child, you're a little kid. Like that's not your role. I'm the boss. I got everything. I don't never need shit from you. Like yes, it's deeper than what the average person would think. Finn was trying to do it, and he told him afterwards, like, "Listen, man, you're a good kid, but don't disrespect me by that. When you get your own family, you pay for shit. But I worked hard to be the breadwinner and the provider for this group of people at the table. Like, don't take that away from me because I take that seriously. It's culture, it's fatherhood. There's a lot of things that tie into that the average person, and I'm glad they showed it. Finn would never even think about. I thought I was just being nice. I ain't think it was a big deal. Like I ain't never been yelled at for paying for something for somebody else.
Yeah.
But Tony ain't built like that. You're supposed to know that. You know
I got a hot take.
Oh, go ahead.
But I'll wait till Spike. I want to see what you think about this thing.
This was the this is what made all the conversations that are useless between Finn and Meadow throughout this episode.
Okay, now you're right on my street. You're right on my street.
It shows that we're we come from two totally different worlds, and this is like pushing what is it, a squared into a round peg, or however the fuck they put it. Like they're trying to make this work and forcing this work, but they're just from two separate worlds that don't register with each other, which is why it's so difficult for them to get on the same page. And this is a part of, like, Jackie Jr. would have never done this. Jackie Jr. knows because he's from that background. So I just think this was a brilliant way to start the episode, in the sense of we're going to show them arguing all the episode, and here's the reason why you should care, because they're not from the same place. And here's so
it's like an honor. You got to earn that. You got to earn the honor to pay for a meal. When it's not like,
who are you?
Who
are you to pay for dinner?
A family meal, not like like I said, Chris are at the bottom of the bean or bottom of the ring and doing all that. But
my hot take is that this changed his whole trajectory in making decisions as the man in their relationship. You see how confident, how quiet he walked off. He said, "Hey, excuse me real quick," went quietly to pay it off after he got, scolded by Tony. I think that made him second guess everything in all those conversations. Because I thought I'm doing normal. I'm stepping up and being a man. And when I got belittled as this young college man, I don't even know how to deal with you now. I don't know if you want to. I don't know. What do you want to do? Like, I think
great pull.
Yeah, I think
I never seen who you are.
Yeah,
I don't know how to deal with you.
I didn't even see it like that till now. I'm like,
facts.
No wonder he was like, because he did that so, like, he was charming at the table. He was smooth, making jokes with AJ. Like, yeah, summer school, it might not be that bad. It could be fun. Trying to do, do the thing you do, trying to fit in, find your place. So this could possibly be my future. But, Tony hits him with that, you eat, I pay. When you get your own family, then you pay. And I wanted to say, one more thing. I wanted to say this brings me back to when Melfi told him, like, set aside all of those other things of what you do. You're pretty much an old-fashioned guy. I remember she said that maybe last season, this is one of those moments where Tony's just an old-fashioned guy. And, so, but what was you going to say?
I'm saying, I don't know if it matters to it or not. And you don't got it, as we see later in this episode. You don't got enough money to pay for this meal. Bro, you don't even got a job. Like, what are you doing right now?
Well, I mean,
and I think that's how
he don't got it, but you know how it is. Like, this
bro, is I promise you, Mo, when you got it and you older and your daughter starts dating and a dude try to pull this, you gonna be the same. You're like, man, get out of here, bro. Who you think you are? I know my daughter ain't like just.
I wouldn't do that though.
You let him pay?
Well, if he did that, I would almost be like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, because I know what you're looking for. So you're not seeing.
Mo, let's say you well off. I got millions. You got millions.
It's not about the money.
You
missing it. It's not about the money. It's the principle. How far are you willing to impress? How far are you willing to impress me as her father? What kind of effort are you putting in to show me that maybe you could possibly be my son-in-law one day? What kind of effort are you willing to show me? Like, it's not about, oh, I got money, you don't. And you don't have to pay, but if you paid, I'm not going to scold you for it because you paid. I'm looking like, oh, he's trying to impress me. At least people, like today, man, people are not even doing that today. They're not asking permission from the father. They're not trying to impress the father. Like, man, forget that. I don't care nothing about him. I got the daughter, she with me, whatever. Like, that, to me, that would have been a sign of respect. But again, this is a different culture, like Italian-American and mafia culture,
I disagree with that. I think that's based off your daughter. I don't think that's based off people not doing this nowadays. I think if your daughter makes it very known that, like, before we serious, before we talk about even marriage, you have to talk to my dad. Like, I think that's based on the lady, not the guys these days. Some guys these days just assholes, but I don't think that your daughter, how you raise her, is going to be dating a dude.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm saying
that's
so I think that he's going to know that he has to talk to you. So in dealing with that caliber of a dude, and you being a well-off, successful, older black man, you're going to look at this like you're lying to me right now because I know you don't got it. I know my daughter's situation damn near, and you trying to pay this bill right now. It's like it's an unauthentic effort, like gesture. It's an unauthentic gesture.
No,
to
that's
me.
Not true. How is
I don't
it
have kids, so you don't got it, bro. Why are you trying to pay a $300-$400?
That's what makes it more authentic. It's not a convenient effort. It's not
give that to my daughter. I don't need you to pay for my food.
Okay, yeah, this is you gonna yeah.
Well, hold on, real quick, because there's two different sides of that, and I can't speak to the father side of it, but to Spike's point, and that is interesting. In a scenario where I am well off, I don't need you to pay for this dinner, right? To me, if I was that person, it would be more impressive if I saw you being smarter with your money. Right? Why would you give this to me when you know I don't need it? Like, you can do that and flip it into something else. It's just something to think about. It's not something. I get the gesture part of it. The gesture part of it is sweet. It's nice. It's a stand-up moment. However, if I got it like that, I probably got lessons on how I acquired this type of wealth anyway. And part of it is I'm not doing dumb shit like that with my money. Like, you don't have it like that yet. You're not at the point. If you're going to be the person with my daughter and you're going to be the one who I am to her mom, then I need you to be able to provide for your household. And in order to provide for it, listen, if it's a lot of things that can even go your way, Mo. Like, it could be like, this is a way to get in. Sometimes you got to buy your way in.
Yeah.
And so I get it. So I'm not saying you're wrong, but if I was personally that, the Tony in this situation, I would be more impressive. Like, nah, the money I was going to spend on dinner, I took it and did this. I invested this in some kind of stock, or I bought a bond in her name, did something just to make me go like, all right, then you think outside the box. It's not just checking and savings with you.
I will say
and
this,
you did it behind my back. Last thing, I'm sorry. You did it behind my back. I think there is a way to do that, Mo, in my opinion. Again, I'm not saying that I'm right. I just think that there's a better way to do it. You can do it at the table and be more manly about it and be like, hey, I'll take care of the tip. Or, hey, I got this one, Tone, and let him deny you versus running off to try to pay it, because the only reason that you do that is because I'm going to say no.
Okay, how many family
members? It's an empty gesture. How
many family members do you know, if I tell you I'm going to look out for you, you're not going to let me look out for you?
I think that's different in this scenario, though.
No,
because he's not a family member.
Okay, he's not a family member, but it's adjacent. Like I'm with your daughter. Who knows what. I mean, obviously we see where it lands at the end of the episode. So that feeling is strong. We're living together. So there's a lot more there, even though I'm not family, so to speak. But how many times do you know a family member where it's like, if I tell them I'm going to put this money here for them, or I'm gonna go and pay this bill for them.
Yeah, you're right. I get
you know
what
I'm saying.
Saying.
So
yes.
that's why I think he didn't bring it up, because I know if I do this, I mean, again, Tony may have gave him obviously more respect saying it out loud versus secretly doing it.
And that's the thing. That's my whole thing. Like
is,
you need to be up. If you're going to be dating my daughter, you need to be upfront with me.
And he don't know, and then he don't know Tony. But he don't know Tony. Like, think about it. How all these things is like, oh, I'm making $20 an hour. How's that possible? He don't know Tony. Like all these different moments, Meadow has been preserving things about who her father is. He has no idea. He seems real intense. Clearly, he thinks he's a regular Italian American in the USA. He has no idea he's mobbed up because Meadow has not told this nigga. That's why it's like that. Because
but you gotta be more, and that is another thing that would have me perturbed if I'm Tony. Like, you're not observant enough to be with my daughter. Like, you're not paying attention.
Like, I said at the beginning, you got to pay attention to stuff like that.
You got to pay attention. Have you
ever? You got to know what type of dad guys. Nah, I think you really do. I'm an observant person. I'm a very observant person, so it's one of those things. Like, hold on, man.
So
I've been to the crib, all types of stuff, man.
Let's put it together. Finn has seen Tony 3 times. He's seen when they invited the Carmela and Tony over for they're at their dorm or their little apartment or whatever. When they cooked dinner and they brought the wine over, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not gay." What? That scene. We got last episode, Marco Polo, when Tony came in late. We didn't see them interact, but obviously he was there. And then this scenario. So he's only seen Tony 3 times, interacted with Tony, 2 times. So it's like, you say, oh, observe. It's like, all I know is he's intense. All I know is he's intense. I'm not picking up he's a mafia.
I seen his house.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
See the people that he hang with.
What does that mean? You assume okay, he's well off, yes. But all I'm saying is him doing the gesture is not ingenuine. Was it the smartest move? Maybe hindsight, no, but it wasn't ingenuine. He really meant well when he did it. It's the wrong person. That's it.
I will concede. I just don't agree with that. I think it's an empty gesture. I think it's like, what are you trying to prove to me? You're dating my daughter. I don't. Okay. This to the point where you're trying to prove me it.
Yeah, this is one of those things.
We can agree to disagree.
All right. Yeah. But anyways, they end up going outside and they end up piecing it up. He's like, man, I get it. I get you what you was trying to do and stuff, and try to. But I do think this is what clouded, because if you think about Finn, he was cool at that apartment visit. He was cool, obviously. When I was really hating on the fact that he's putting ice on Meadow at the barbecue, but he's been confident. It seemed like after this, the confidence drops tremendously. But we didn't get a lot of Finn DeTrulio inside, stuff or whatever. But we go to the next scene. Carmela's talking to Gabby about Tony. And, she's going back and forth about it. Well, he didn't talk in the morning, but, and she's thinking like, it's about to be love. It's up. It's good. There's some possibilities of some things working out. Tony drops AJ off and gives Carm the wave. Bruh. Let me just say this part. I'll throw the ball in your court. This is so realistic. This is a thing that parents do. Y'all probably had y'all parents do this. And I am a parent, so I know this too. This thing where parents will use their kid to get information, but they do it in this like above board way. It's like, I'll use at your auntie's house. What y'all eat over there? What y'all do? Like, they're trying to see what happened when you was over your cousins or what. There's this way parents do it that is very realistic. So she talks to Cole. She's like, what was your father in a rush? Because obviously she's thinking they're going to talk. He's like, he said he was really tired. So that was, that little detail was just brilliant to me. But what do y'all think about the scene, man?
Great acting by Edie Falco here.
Oh, goodness.
Her face when he pulled off. Oh my God.
Edie got busy this episode, bro.
So
yeah, she did. I
had a question for you guys, because is this something that Tony is purposely or knowingly doing, or is this just Tony?
Nah, he's knowingly do this. He's knowingly doing
What do you mean? This on purpose.
Yeah, same reason why he left that morning and didn't say anything.
He know his wife and he know what Carmela is expecting after 20-something years of marriage. He know the drop off wave back out is not something that was going to register good with her, but he did it anyway with no regard of how she would perceive it.
Because it's not
So
about.
is he doing this on purpose or is he oblivious to what he's doing?
No, it's not about. He's doing it on purpose. It's not about Carmela. It's about Tony. Tony's not ready to have that conversation. Tony's not ready to go there. So I'm gonna avoid it as much as I need to. Like we know from what she told him, he sent flowers. Like Tony does stuff like that. The emerald ring, the fur coats. Like I'm gonna send you something, but until I'm ready to actually verbalize this and express my feelings, I'm gonna avoid this as much as I can. Like straight up.
Bro, Carmela's face. I'm sorry, the way it switched from like smiling to like, bro, she got dry like you just got told no at going to prom, bro. Like her face was like, oh yeah, okay, that's why I'm about to double triple down on this. I mean,
not to mention, I just told my homegirl, and she here and she see this too. Dog. Now I'm embarrassed.
Dog, I'm
like,
thinking
all that happened. He didn't even come in and speak.
Like, bro, I just let him hit the cheeks. You know, his friend Artie was right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right.
she looks dumbfounded.
I mean, bro, her face was
that's the last thing I needed. Like her homegirl standing in the kitchen, like, all right, girl.
Right.
Like, hey,
yeah,
man,
okay.
Damn.
You know how it is. That you saving face.
That's
like you.
That's Seal wife, ain't it?
Yeah, that's Seal's wife, and his real life wife.
Yeah, real life wife. Yeah,
that's dope.
That's a bad way to go. Sometimes you just gotta own it, man. See, that's what I understand. You don't do it because that's the world they live in, but it would be much easier if Carmela was like, "Dang, man, I'm kind of salty about that," or just admit it.
Yeah,
don't use your.
I
can't let anybody use my embarrassment against me. Like I'll just say, "Yeah, I'm embarrassed."
What do you think about this?
I thought he was going through.
And that's your husband.
Yeah, like she understands.
At the end of the day, yeah, facts.
And what do y'all think? Because she is like the Tony of like the Real Housewives of Jersey, right? Like, remember how they were treating her at that woman speaker conference or whatever? Like, they were treating her like, oh, Carmela's the head of this whole thing. You know, when Bobby lost his wife and everything. So, do you think she kind of just like Tony, where he last episode he's like, oh, I didn't want to go to the barbecue anyway. I didn't want to confuse the people. Do you think she's kind of carrying that same kind of mentality amongst the Real Housewives of Jersey or whatever?
That mentality would
of
be
like I gotta look a certain way because I'm not a boss, but I'm the head of the women wives in this thing.
Right.
You know, you remember how they was treating her like she's like the top dog? Do you think she was trying to save face right there? Like she got to conduct herself like
lying about it?
Yeah, like at that moment.
That's exactly
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. She didn't want to be embarrassed in front of her friend.
Gotcha. And Gab would have been understanding. Like Gabby's a really good. I like Gabby.
That's why I said it would have been easier for her to just say, "Damn, I'm sorry." Like
who's a better friend?
Your feelings have a real
sidebar. Who's a better friend, Gabby or Rosalie?
Rosalie.
Gabby.
Oh, this is dang. This is interesting. Rosalie versus Gabby. Hey, I might have to put a poll up on Spotify. Y'all tell us who's the better friend, Gabby or Rosalie?
I say Rosalie because she has more to offer. She's been through more, so she can give more advice. I think Gabby is just a sounding board. At least Rosalie can give feedback. She done cheated before. She had the dead son. Like she got her husband was the boss. Like she has a wealth of information for someone in in Carmela's position.
But that's exactly why I said Gabby, because Carmela ain't looking for none of that shit.
That's a good point.
That's why I said Gabby.
Y'all blow my mind, bro.
Yeah, Carmela ain't looking for like I'm the boss. I'm the captain. Like that's who I'm. I want yes people. Carmela wants yes men around her. I don't need your advice. I don't need nobody who was the predecessor. None of that. Like I'm the captain now. I don't care about your remember when shit.
Yeah, she looking at Rosalie like me around. Whatever she did, I don't want to do that. Like she's looking over there like.
Remember, Gabby was the one that walked in Father Phil's office and popped off.
And that's why I said Gabby rolled for Mela. Like she rolled for her, like for real. Like nah, how dare you open up your mouth or how dare you let her open up her mouth talk about us like that. I don't know. That's an interesting thing, man. Gabby.
I would want Rosalie in my life because Rosalie keep it a book.
I really like Rosalie.
For Carmela and the type of role, the La La Land that she lives in.
Yeah. We see a later scene that really confirms that. Each a freaking Monty God.
You see how embarrassed she was. She couldn't. Here's a better question: if that was Rosalie, would she have been like, oh, I can't believe he did that? Would she have extended? Would she have
Rosalie
opened
would
up
have
if
said
that was
that.
Rosalie?
Yeah, she would.
Rosalie would have said that. I can't believe
and at that
pulled
moment,
off. After what you just told me, he pulled off.
Yeah,
see, Carmine ain't trying to hear that shit. See, that's what I mean. Carmine ain't trying to hear none of that shit at that moment.
This is so good. This is so. Hey, listen, y'all. All of our supporters, man, y'all email us in. Give us a reason. Who's the better friend to Carmela, Gabby or Rosalie? I never thought about this. Y'all both make crazy points. I don't even know where to go. I don't have nothing to even put in there. But this is really good. Y'all hit us up, goodearnerpod@gmail.com or goodearnerpod_Sopranos IG. Rosalie versus Gabby. All right, we go to the next scene. We got Tony, Johnny. Of course, we know Spike Lee can appreciate the greenery. And
disgusting old man swing by Johnny Sack.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Disgusting. Wow. That ball that was fake. That was CGI,
really?
Whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. Spike is our golfologist over here.
He ain't getting that off with that swing. That ball not going like that. How he swung that.
They gave us a green screen action right there.
Yeah, man. That wasn't it.
That wasn't Rolex diamonds.
I don't know what he done. I don't know what he done to that.
What he done to that?
I don't know what he done to that.
I do like the cinematography. I love widescreen shots. I don't feel like we get those a lot in the Sopranos world. There is some, but I love the widescreens. There was one in, I think, even the pilot, like the widescreen shot of Tony and Artie at the Barone Sanitation, had all that garbage stacked up, that wide shot there. I'm a big fan of the wide shots. We don't get it often on Sopranos, so I just want to speak to that cinematography of this. But what did y'all think about this scene? There's a lot of things happening here, and we find out a little more about Johnny's relationship to Joey Peeps. And we seen Joey Peeps last season too, when Johnny was getting active.
Was that last season? That was season 3.
Well, it was the weight.
Yeah, Weight was last season?
Yeah,
I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I remember it was the weight. Yeah, man. Johnny
crazy.
Wow, pissing on people, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. Man, pull it out the joint. And, hey,
yeah, man. Come on, Johnny.
Hey, I don't know. Then hitting the toilet. All right, never mind. I ain't going to go there. But what y'all think about this scene? What y'all think about this scene? Get me out of here, please.
The way Tony put that together. Most people that would have been passing information. I saw a guy limping away, but immediately he knew. And it goes back to the scene we were talking about outside the TV. I know you lying about 2 black dudes jumping you because it would have came up before now. Mm-hmm. So why the fuck is you limping around? Why did you tell me a lie? Oh, we out here in the golf course and I'm talking to Johnny Sack. Now I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of gangsters in this show wouldn't have been able to do that. Like a lot of smart people in this show wouldn't have been able to put 2 and 2 together. They would have just took Tony B for his word and took this as something separate. But as soon as Tony heard, I saw somebody limping away, panic attack. We in the midst of the shit now.
Yeah,
I love this. Was great.
This is so different from Christopher, like chiming in on a sit down. This is whole nother level. Like I told you not to say nothing, but like this is like. Yo,
I'm in some shit. We in the shit now.
Oh yeah, this is that. What you think, Rich?
Because this is my man's.
It's my man.
That was it. That was it. It was just great acting because the whole purpose of this scene is the reveal. Mm-hmm. It's reveal like we don't know nothing, and it's so innocent, right? Mm-hmm. But you can tell Johnny's pissed, but he has no idea that Tony's cousin is even involved in it, and Tony knows, and it's just that guilty feeling as well. Like, oh shit. Like you gotta, like this is a big problem. This can be a big problem.
I don't have control of my men.
I immediately need to get more information. I don't have control of my men, but not even that. Just like, what the fuck did you do? Like it was such a big problem that he immediately physically had an effect.
Like cuz no fucked up.
Yeah, and I think the main part I would have made, and Spike already said it, was I knew your story was bullshit. So now it all makes sense. There's nothing like that when you get that last piece of the puzzle. And it's like, oh, that's why. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, it was worse than what I thought. Like, damn, bro.
And there's a scene that is so brilliant, the writing of this show, because there's a scene later on where he said, oh, we'll talk about it when we get there, but I seen 2 niggas running that way.
Yeah.
That lends itself to this as to how Tony even knew the story was bullshit. That's the go-to for people like us.
Yeah.
I was 2 black guys.
Yeah. Literally, Meadows
So
says it
good.
later in the episodes, like he was killed by
So
some
good.
black drug dealers.
Some black guys.
No,
That's the
African
black
go-to.
Americans.
guys.
That's the go-to lie.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's 4 of them in this episode.
We're so expandable in this world.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
And so you see what they did. You see what Chris did. They were supposed to go through with a hit. Then he said, "Oh, he just killed them niggas under the bridge." But yeah, it's crazy. But one thing I want to say again, the late great Jimmy James Gandolfini doing the panic attack after it's been a while, like because that's the thing. Like that's like muscle memory. The way he taps back into that panic, like that breathing, those eyes, that thing, and he nails it. Like it's amazing to do that muscle memory because he's not having a panic attack. Like I don't know that those type of things is things like it's like, bro, there's things that I'll do and it's like, bro, I can't replicate it again. Like I don't have the muscle memory to get back to certain things that I might have done. I'm like, I can't do it again. I don't know I can't tap into that spot wherever that was. So man,
the one for me is later in the episode in Melfi's office.
Oh, that was good too. That was excellent too.
Yeah.
Like the subtle of it, like, and then, bro, you got to imagine Johnny Sack. Tony's falling out. He's talking about, it's the weather, the humidity, and all this, and like, bro, you got to imagine Johnny Sack. Don't start with this again.
It's the fucking weather.
Don't start with this.
Get some electrolytes in him.
Big Carmine and fell out with potato salad in his mouth. Don't start this again. On the golf course. So yeah,
such great acting by James Gandolfini. The look on his face, even when they sit him down, how clueless he looked. Like, where am I? Like it's insane to believe that he wasn't having a real panic attack.
That's what
he sold the shit out of it.
Man,
the body, the way he lifts his body, and the way he's like stumbling
he looks
his feet.
like heavy. Like I'm really, man,
fucking gold, bro.
Bruh. This dude is good, man. Seriously. We get the little Carmine speech. I'll say that I think Angelo had the right idea, but he should have never co-signed the idea last episode. He's like, man, we should have had a sit down. Now you want to be backpedal gang. But you was there talking about do the impersonation. Like, like it's a friend, but not a friend.
Get out. Get out.
Yeah, you should have got out in the first place, bruh. Like now you want to
that shit's stupid, bro.
Boy, are you fat. Like, what do y'all think about this scene? And then like Russ, whatever. He's like really championing Lil C right now. What do y'all think about this, man?
Rusty activated, bro. That nigga, when you got that good number 2, that split star. When you got that Tony Yayo, just that
he
number
definitely
2 that
Tony Yayo.
Put the battery in the back. I'm like, yo. And one of the wildest things about the scene to me was you can tell Carmine's he hasn't had a lot of wins when it comes to this facet of the thing. Yeah, you might have some businesses at work making some money, but as soon as you strike, you puff your chest out. Like, this is just another day for Johnny Sack. Johnny Sack on the golf course strategizing. He's not bragging about any kind of, we got Lorraine. That's not how it works.
No meeting. Yeah,
he ready to talk about all old treaties and ways of doing things are now null and void. Like, they trying to rewrite the books, rewrite what's going on. We about to run things from how we need to do it or how we see fit. And this is like, bro, you ain't got it. You can't sell it. Shout out to Junior when he talked about Richie.
Can't sell it.
You can't sell it. Like, there's nothing about this that looks believable. And Rusty is really trying to Rusty is one of those people, like, I picked a side, so I got to pretend at least that I think he can really win it. Like, he knows that he can't win this. Like, you got to know that. I don't understand. I don't see how you think he can win it at this point. Maybe because of the name. Like, people out of respect want to, ride with the car. I ain't going to do that because of your pops. But from just a person perspective, nah, man, Johnny Sack got this.
I agree with Mo too, though. Like, we this far, we done popped the nigga, and you talking about, maybe we should have had a sit down.
Facts.
Like, bro, what? I might kill you next. Like, why are you playing? Like, why are you in here acting like?
Well,
we've came this far, and now you backing out. Like, nah, that would have pissed me off, bro.
Yeah, and that speaks to him, like, just being like a grandpa just getting out of prison with Blundetto. No, you're right.
I know you're not saying you're not taking it up for him, but I'm just as commentary while we're talking about. If I'm Lil Karma, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit you telling me about wanting to spend with your family. Because just a couple weeks ago, you wasn't saying that. We was planning on killing.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And you was all in.
Yeah, and Carmine, Lil C, like him and Rusty and Angelo was right there when Blundetto called on Marco Polo and said, I'm in. So it's just like, now you're talking about a sit down. Like, I guess I don't know. I don't know if how y'all thought things were gonna be conducted. That it just throws me. And I more so, I just don't understand where this passion and belief from Rusty is coming from. Like, I'm like, what has Carmine Lil C giving you that makes you feel like you could be stronger than your dad?
Well, I think it's just that he made a move. He had the balls enough to make a move. So now I'm all in with you. I don't fuck with Johnny Sack and feel no way. So now that you've made a move, I'm in. I'm riding with you. Which is what also makes me skeptical of the other guy. Like, now you're talking about you're out. Like, I damn near would have had to put a hit on him when he left, bro. Because I can't trust you now.
Who?
My man that was saying, "Oh, maybe we should have had a sit
Angelo."
Down. Yeah, like now I'm questioning Angelo's whole motive. I don't know if you finna run back and tell Johnny Sack. I don't know what you got going on at this point because now, like, it's too far to back out, bro.
Yeah, you got something to
lose. You came up with this plan with me.
Yeah.
Anybody an accessory that you out of here? Like that's how it works. That's how this goes. Y'all seen the Dark Knight? Y'all seen that beginning? Like, tell me to take out this guy, taking out everybody because you know something. If you have information to tell the authorities, you got to go. If I don't trust you,
bro, I don't know if you're finna go have a meeting with Johnny Sack next. How you talking, bro?
Yeah,
trail him and kill him. Like Marlo did with the Wild Reference, like Marlo did with Bodie. This nigga was eating with McNulty. Are y'all having sandwiches?
Oh yeah.
Even if he did or he didn't, that don't even matter at this point.
It don't matter. Hey, listen, I've been talking about it. The famous Slim Charles to Avon speech, man. Don't matter who did what to who at this point. Only thing matters, we award. Nigga, that's what war is. Once you win it, you win it.
Well, yeah.
If it's a lie, we fight on that lie.
On that lie.
But we gotta fight.
And shout out to the USA.
God.
We go to the next thing. Finn and Meadow apartment. I see no lies. Finn and Meadow is in an apartment and they're having a real conversation.
Is that what this is?
Where's the real part of it?
Okay.
What the real part of it?
This thing that. Okay, so here's what's real about it. The real part of it to me is the fact that, like, maybe I can't relate. Maybe I'm alone. Maybe some of the listeners can. But like, if you've been in a relationship, like in college, you're just old enough where you got some maturity where you kind of understand a little bit how life works, but you're still so immature. You're still a baby, so to speak. And so this is where it starts to begin. Where to me, it's realistic. Where y'all can't agree on nothing because y'all don't know enough. And that's the part that feels realistic to me. Y'all, neither one of y'all know enough. Y'all trying to figure out your own thing and y'all living together. So y'all way too far ahead in the relationship and y'all don't even know what y'all want to do for real. He graduated. He's still around. She graduate next year, but that's on the later scene. So to me, that's the part that feels realistic, that they can't decide on anything. Like that feels realistic to me. Maybe the content not as relatable to us, but to me that age bracket feels realistic to me.
It reminds me of Another Week in the Books, the last episode y'all had when y'all just talked about like back in the day when you really thought you had real problems and they didn't. Bruh. That's how they're addressing this. That's how they're addressing this.
Yeah.
Like this ain't nothing. Like this is nothing what they're talking about right now. That's probably why I'm looking at it like, man, what are y'all talking about? Like, what are we doing?
I would say they went to these scenes one too many times.
They did. They milked this.
They milked this in the construction probably one too many times, but this one is a little bit more weaker in comparison to construction.
My problem with this scene is Finn was making sense. Like, we here in New York slumming it for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we ain't got no air conditioner. We lit the window up. It smelled like shit outside. Like, bro, you can go stay in Jersey. Like, I've seen the house.
Yeah.
I just left the house. Like, you can go be up there and be cool. Why are you here with me? And better yet, what am I doing here?
Yeah. He already
You know what I'm
graduated.
saying? Like he was making sense, but it was just that love struck or the blindness of love that we as viewers don't care because we ain't seen that much of Finn and Meadow. So that's why I agree with you in the sense of Mo, like they just went to this too many times. Like everything Finn said made sense. However, we're supposed to believe that they're these lovebirds and that they would sacrifice this for each other. And us as viewers, we looking just like, man, we don't care. He told her everything that she needed to hear right then. You should be sleeping up at the house in Jersey where there's air conditioning. I should be taking my parents up on the offers that they gave me, and we should be figuring it out from there. We shouldn't be in this raggedy ass New York apartment with no AC.
Yeah, man. Where my nigga Noah at?
Noah living good right now. I promise you that.
That would have been more compelling if Noah popped up and it'd been like this love
shit.
triangle type of thing. That would have been more interesting. Like Noah pops up and now Finn got to step up and be that dude.
Nah, that shit would have got dark. Tony would have put a hit on that nigga, man. That shit would have got dark.
Yeah,
Noah would have been Noah living the life right now. I promise you that.
He's definitely living it up.
His apartment has got air.
Yeah, his last name Tannenbaum. He's living it up. You're, my dad is in it. Yeah,
I ain't touching that.
I'm on a roll today. Unidentified black male. All right, let me keep it moving. Thank you for the listener that put the battery in our back. Really go cook up. But yeah, is that all y'all wanted to add to that scene? Are y'all opening the window if it's super hot, but you ain't got no air, but it smell like garbage outside? Y'all keep the window closed open.
I don't know, man. I try to
That's
go
a
to
hard
sleep,
call.
Man.
Let's go to the movie like he said. Yeah, let's just go to the movie like he said, bro.
Put our head in the freezer.
I can't have my head like it smelled so bad that immediately she had to cover her nose. It wasn't like a gradual thing. Like some stink is gradual. Like that. This was like immediately. Like holy shit. Like so I don't even know. Like that's one of my things. I can't be around stinky shit.
I can't either, bro. I will cut. I don't care what's anyway.
Yeah, I'm out. If your house stink or like your car stink, like nothing. Let me out, bro. I'm Trey out boys in the hood.
Let me out, bro.
Let me out, though.
Yo,
let me.
Remind me of that Seinfeld episode, the BO. This is not BO. This is BBO. It's beyond BO. I love that episode. It's hilarious, bro. Yeah, but so this is like kind of the introduction of us getting the kind of the inside, thing with them two. We go to Carmela and she calls an attorney. And so we find out Tony has contaminated all the Jersey attorneys. And while that's happening, the bear pulls up. And again, for me, I think the bear represents Tony. Every time, like when Tony came over, he had the black leather jacket. So it's kind of like, black shed skin, black leather jacket. This is not that type of podcast. I can go listen to another Soprano podcast. I want to get super deep and all of that. But I do think that bear in some capacity represents Tony. And only thing I'll say, and I'll let y'all jump in, I'm just always surprised that the bear doesn't get more attention in the Soprano lore in comparison to the Ducks. And the Ducks was only one episode. Like the bear has made a few appearances. So I'm always surprised by that. But what did y'all think about this scene? Was there much to add to it, or?
I ain't really as pressed on the bear as it sound like that you are. Like I could care less because, like you said, they never really dive into it like they should and give us an explanation for it. I was disappointed in the spite that Carmela had in, oh, you're not gonna come speak to me after you cram me in the pool. Oh, okay, we finna get the divorce back cracking. I'm finna go even harder with. I didn't like that.
You didn't like that?
But that's part of what takes away from Carmela's character for me. Like she does what's convenient for her, and tries to be completely oblivious in the world that she's involved in.
See, that part
like it
right
ain't
there.
all about you. Like you can't be
part.
this oblivious. Yeah, you can't be this oblivious to what's going on. Like she knows, just like I said, Tony knows her. She knows Tony, and like you said, Rich, he's not ready to have that conversation. That should be something that she gives leeway to, versus I'm going to get every divorce lawyer on the phone because I was embarrassed in front of my friend. Like there's a pathway to get your marriage back. Do you want that or not? So,
I guess I'll look at it because I'm not surprised by it. Actually,
yeah.
if I was Tony, I would probably be. I guess I am surprised at it. Divorce is a stretch.
That is,
I can see you. I expect you to be upset. I don't expect you to be like, all right, I'm getting divorced. But I'm not knocking her for it. I guess it makes sense in the world of Carmela. I guess I get it.
do you think draining the pool would have been more of a fit for a reaction to that though? At this point, we'll see it later.
We'll see it. We'll see in the next couple episodes.
Well, we will, but I feel like that would have been. Do y'all feel like that's the equivalent? Oh yeah, so you just wave. I'm draining the pool on you, nigga. How about that? Now take your clothes off and dive in, huh? I feel like that's a better equivalent, right? To just say, "Oh yeah, we get paperwork going."
Hey, Spike, funny as fuck.
What you say, Spike? I missed it.
You missed it, man. You missed it.
I don't even know if I want to repeat it, and me too.
Yeah, don't repeat it. That's why.
Oh man, see now people gonna hit the 15-second button and rewind and try to catch it, and now I'm gonna hit it when I listen to it. Damn,
y'all check that out.
Yeah, check that out. But yeah, I think a different reaction. Going straight to divorce is a stretch, but I get it. That's accurate. I feel like not all women. I'm not gonna put out. I've learned over the old episodes. I'm not gonna lump everybody in. Everybody's different, but I feel like some women would do this. Like this is like that one up. Like I gave you my body, and this is the things I get. Okay, we taking it forward to the paperwork. So it's very realistic.
That's some side piece. Not married behavior though. Like like if you're, and I ain't saying that she is trying to save it, but you did, like you said, she gave him his body, to quote you, Mo. Like, why jump off the ledge now? Is it because I did give you some pussy?
That I think what it is it's too reminiscent on how we got here in the first place. I think that's what it is. But I've been dealing with your cheating for so long. I mean, obviously Carmela's she's not a saint either, but she ain't nearly done the things that Tony has done. And I think that reminder came back to mind. It was like, these are the things you still haven't considered me again. Like you always think you haven't heard me out. The same things that she complained about in Whitecaps. I think that came to a head, and I think it brought back to the reminder that this is why.
For her, this has to happen. Like for her to be able to move forward and not continuously have Tony fucking her in the pool. Like she needs to do this. Yeah. So okay.
I can't wait till we get to that meadow scene because I'm really interested in that.
I know you just said Whitecaps. I don't know if you referenced it, but I do love the callback to Whitecaps when Alan, I think was his name, the dude selling the house, told him. He told him like, I hired every divorce. I consulted with every divorce attorney. I'll give you their numbers. That way you can block her. And here we are seeing it come to fruition.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because remember he said that to him. He gave Tony that advice, and Tony's been doing it.
Yeah, but the only thing is, and we ain't there, but like Carmela, the how she spend the block on it is crazy. Yeah, she get hers, but we got a ways to go before we get there. We go to the bada bing. We see Seal. He's playing pool, and they're talking about how sad it was that Joey Peeps got killed. And then,
brains all over the seat, man, according to Johnny Sack.
Joey Peeps must not have been much to clean up.
Bro, that was
Paulie crazy.
Bro, that is crazy. Like, they got no respect. Like, and then we see little Paulie, foreshadowing here, tries to one-up the joke. Talk about, well, the lady had silicone in her breast or something, so he shot her in the chest, must have been silicone everywhere. I said, oh, man. I didn't catch it.
Learn.
Yo, Lil Paulie, you gonna mess around and find out. Like when we get to the later scene, you find out. You keep your mouth shut.
This was a warning. This was a warning.
This was the precursor.
Like, this was like, hey, you ain't got enough status in this world to keep doing this shit.
He's not even a made guy. I don't think.
Stop playing.
Yeah, that's what I said, bro. You're not even a made guy, dude. Bro. You need to stop. Like,
just laugh at the joke, man. You don't need to hear your input. Just laugh at the joke,
bro. But we see there's another guy there. He don't look like he's a made guy either, but I don't know. But this other guy, Rando, they say, hey, can you take care of the tombstone? And he's like, yeah, I got it. And that's what it is. Tony pulls up and he pretty much asked Blundetto, like, hey, I don't know who this big dude was in front of Tony was.
That's Tony Saragusa.
Tony Saragusa. Remember he drove him to the body shop. I pointed it out. I pointed it out last episode.
I didn't see the guy, but I heard the Ravens. I remember
he
y'all
played for the
okay.
Ravens.
Okay. I didn't see him though. Like I remember y'all saying the name, but I didn't know what y'all was referencing. But okay.
Yeah, defensive lineman.
That dude huge, bro.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Had to, man. I'm sorry. You had to.
Yeah, it's the
that
blood. It's the blood pressure medicine. All right. It started messing with my head. It's messing with my head.
I can get you a doctor. Hey, you bring in a doctor's note.
I can get you a doctor. All right. Okay. All right. So Tony and cousin, Blundetto, Tony, Uncle Al, they come outside and they having this conversation, and pretty much Tony's like, bruh.
Where the fuck do you get the balls?
Bruh. Who are you and why are you lying to my face? Stop playing with me. But Tony still kind of lets it ride, really. Obviously from the guilt from the botched robbery where he didn't make it that night, but we didn't get the reveal of the information till later. But Tony says that if you want in, I got you. And Blundetto with the serious eye says, put me in, coach. Teach me the motherfucking game, Ghost. What did y'all think about this separate conversation between the cousins?
Real quick, I don't care how guilty I feel, bro. Stop fucking playing with me. Talking about some must have been Long John Silver. Stop fucking playing with me, bro.
Yeah, in this moment, yeah.
Get out.
All the jokes and shit gonna get you a smack, my nigga. Like I'm gonna smack you in front of the bean. Stop playing with me, bro.
Yeah, stop playing with me, man.
Smack the fire out you.
This some serious shit, bro.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna smack the shit out of you for playing with me.
Yeah.
But I feel Tony B got to play it that way because even though I know what happened, I literally can't tell you. Like, I can't tell you that happened. I can't.
Yeah. He did say that, like.
You gotta have some plausible deniability. Like, I can't tell you, so I gotta act like I don't know what the fuck you talking about, even though we both know what's up.
It was dope on some and I know, but we can't say it though. Mm-hmm. Like that was dope on that sense of it, like, and they play into Tony B's intelligence, but I still feel like Tony didn't go hard enough on him. Like, bro, you know what you just did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not offering you shit as far as the casino. Like, bro, we need to rectify why you thought it was okay to do this. Fuck all the made man shit. Fuck, you need more money. Like, you lied to me and you bullshitted us into being in the middle of this war.
That's what upsets me the most about this scene. I don't know how it turned into, let's talk about opening up the books and getting you straightened out. I don't know how it talked about you getting the casino. I know how it did. That we know it's a guilt. In real time, if you're watching this, if you've never seen it, obviously we don't have the big reveal. But even then, I think you still have enough breadcrumbs to know it's him feeling guilty. But this ain't the time for that. We'll have that conversation once I cool down. There's no way I can see myself offering him that after finding out, bro, you got yourself into some shit that I purposely been trying to get us out of. Like we said last week, nigga, I'm paying for car seats. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to stay out of this shit. Shit I would never normally do.
This conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shit I would never do that in normal situations, but because since they beefing, I'm trying to play even. I'm trying to keep this shit cool. And here you are acting like a fucking free agent. Like, stop playing with me, bro. Hey, you joking about it? Like, you looking at me? Come on, man, stop it. Smack the dog shit.
For real.
I might beat your ass out here.
Yeah, because it's like, that cousin that just did one too much and needs you to back them up on it. And you're like, nah, bro, I can't. I ain't about to lie to her if she asked me where you was at, bro. Like, don't start bringing me into your bull, bro. Like, nah, bro, that's a little. Hey, bro, just tell him I was at your house, bro. Just tell him. No, I can't. Nah, because this is.
We too grown for that.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't do that, bro. No more. You know, you ain't got that much material on me for real. But what I will say is, now, in my opinion, this is where Steve Buscemi is. They have now. To me, I feel like now they figured out his character better, and now the acting lined up with the script is a better fit. I'm gonna keep that same energy like I was in the earlier of this season about how me not liking him being casted as Tony Blundetto. I think these moments are starting to work. I still don't believe the killer aspect. I don't feel like it would have been that easy, but I think that's why they had his foot get ran over, kind of make it like, oh, he's a little goofy a little bit, but he will get the job done. But his acting and his direction, I'm believing it. I'm believing the cousin aspect of it. So it's starting to grow on me in that regard. I still think it should have been cast differently, but I think Buscemi is starting to really cook now. But yeah, Tony gives him the hardware. He gives him this casino above the hardware store and talking about opening up the books again for him. That's crazy. I think that's
it's crazy for this conversation.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, but Tony had to do something because you out here doing free agent jobs, murking off, people in New York for New York against New York. Like, I got to find a way to get you out of here because you're a wild card. But anyways, we go to.
Shit was crazy.
It really is. But this is the same person that rewarded AJ after going to a parent-teacher conference, gave him a yellow card, like a yellow, whatever that card was or whatnot. But, like, it's the same person. We get Tony and Melfi, and Tony talks about, they talk about Tony and Tony Uncle Al and his IQ being 158.
Melfi, like, I don't give a fuck about none of this, bro. You done told me this shit. I'm
Melfi
Melfi in that scene. I'm Melfi. Like, hey, man, you told me that, man. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
I thought it was funny, though, how he tried to flip it on her. Like, I feel like he's smarter than you the way you. I'm like, he's so petty. Like, he just loads everything on Melfi, man. But what did y'all think about this?
She do a great job of dealing with it, too.
She really do. I'm so glad to see
like
Melfi
brushing that shit off. Like, she takes no personal offense to any of that bullshit that he says.
Especially at this point. Like,
yeah.
Because they didn't really been through it. He tells her that he slept with Carm, and he says the poor thing was starving for it. And I'm the only one that she's been with it. Yo.
Hey,
If that ain't a grab your nuts moment, poor thing was starving for it. That's crazy.
He did it. Hold on, man. The reason why that shit is so funny, because he didn't say it like most people, most niggas, when they say something like that, it's a bragging. Like, I'm stunting, I'm bragging, yeah, I wore it down, whatever.
Yeah,
he genuinely has sympathy for it.
Like, I was looking out for her. Like, I was.
It's like seeing a dog who ain't eating today. It's
I felt
poor
bad
thing was starving for it.
Like, I felt bad for I D'd her down.
That's funny.
Like, I D'd her down because she looked like she needed it. She looked like she needed a friend.
She looked like she needed it.
And it's even funnier us knowing the context of, like, nah, she just got digged down.
Yeah, that's what great writing.
She been getting digged down.
I'm the only person
she's
been with. Yeah, all right.
But this, hold on, I just thought of something in real time. Something Spike asked me earlier, or asked us earlier, if Tony was doing that on purpose or if that's who Tony is. So I gave my reasoning as to Tony doing that on purpose. But when I get to this therapy session, anybody who's been to therapy knows whatever's on your mind the most, or whatever's been troubling you, that's what you usually open up with. I got to get this out.
Mm-hmm.
It's very funny that Tony started with cousin Tony, and not his marriage.
Yeah.
Which once again could be some kind of symbolism that my marriage is always going to be second to everything else that I got going on.
That's an amazing
point.
Which is I guess refutes what I said earlier, and like, damn, maybe this just is who Tony is.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing.
By the way, I slept with my wife.
Like a matter of fact. Like,
like it's just like a throwaway. Like, I don't even care to talk about it. Or it could be, it's just wild that was the second thing brought up. And the way it was brought up, like you said, it was just like a casual, like, And I don't even know if he would have brought it up if she wasn't so disinterested in the Tony B conversation. Like, let me switch it up. He might have went the whole session without even bringing that shit up.
And then, like, actually talking to her about it versus Carmela.
Because that I think goes back to what I was saying. He just ain't ready to talk about it. Remember, she had to make the first move, and he thought it was going to be all good. We'll get there, but
yeah, that the poor thing was starving. It's crazy. But there's one more thing. He's interrupted I got to use that. He's interrupted in the middle of. Come on, that's a fire bar. He's interrupted in the middle of what could have possibly saved their marriage in this moment. I felt like. Melfi was asking, like, hey, you ain't talked to her afterwards, and as soon as she was about to get into it, he got a phone call. So I said, yo, that's great, like, how they do that, because that could have probably prevented a lot of things moving forward in this back and forth with Tony and Carmela. So it was just brilliant, as Sopranos tends to do. Carmela, she meets with an attorney, and Carmela says that he's not the person that she wants to spend the rest of her life with. Sounds very very honest. And only thing I wanted to say is, man, I'm like, bro, she about to blow their whole thing up. Even though we don't go there, but like, hold on, you talking about looking up back stuff and all that? You about to? Do you know how this thing works?
She care about the money.
When
bro.
a woman's
she don't care about none of
up,
that,
bro.
when a
ain't
woman's
nothing you
fed.
can do about it.
Hey man, she care about that bread. Like I need some money. I ain't about to start doing this shit.
I'll speak more to it in the Meadow scene with her, with them two shopping, but it's like this is why we always have such a gripe with Carmela, because you keep trying to go back and forth. Are you the mob wife, or are you this suburban? You know what I'm saying? Like you know what it is. Like even when remember when she met the Jewish attorney and he told her straight up, like, hey, look, you need to take your kids, don't take no more of his money, and go if you want to really be fresh, have a fresh start. And you know, she didn't go with it, obviously. And then she listened to the Nigerian. Well, we don't know if he's Nigerian. I don't want to keep saying that, but the other gentleman of color that was a priest gave her some advice, and she said that served a little better for her. She's like, oh, okay, just do something nice for him. So it's just this thing is like you pick an emotion, bro. Like that's all I'm saying. Like, pick an emotion.
Low key, one of the most usable Wired reference. I know there's a lot of like classic lines, but this one is probably the most usable because you can reference it all the time. You want it to be one way.
Bruh,
you want it to be one way, but it's the other way.
It's the other way.
Like, that's what it comes down to. It's the other way. I don't know what else to tell you besides that. You want it to be one way, but it's the other way.
Bruh.
I'm telling you that right now.
Like instead of you helping AJ getting him the proper study and do all that stuff, man, you sleep with Wegler. But you still want it to be one way, but it's the other way.
It was mission accomplished with Wegler, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
She got what she's looking for.
Yeah, she definitely got through there. Use the only weapon you had.
Hey, Wegler played her shit,
bro.
Hey, imagine Wegler playing.
Called that box mid. He called that box mid.
Mid, super mid.
First of all, I don't even want it no more.
One of the most ignorant Good Earner episodes we ever did. Go back and listen to Sentimental Education if you haven't. The most ignorant level. If y'all want high level ignorance.
Trying to persuade me with mid box, man. Get out of here.
Mid box.
Man, get out of here, man. This shit ain't working out.
Nah, this ain't working out. You thought it was one way, it's the other way. We go to Finn and Meadow, and Finn applied at the movie theater, but Meadow got Finn a job going to her father in construction. And he's going to be paying $20 an hour. And all I wanted to say is, bruh, that's a lot of money in this era. $20 an hour?
That's close to $35 an hour if it was today.
Ooh, I need those. Need those. On the hookup, just pull up. Need those.
Yeah, Finn said he didn't want to take no job away from no minority, man.
Yeah. I think Finn really mean it, because remember he grew up in I think Asia, or
Finn full of shit, bro. He ain't mean none of that. He just lazy. He a lazy bum. I think he's just a college. Yeah, he's a college student. Like he's got the lazy, but he ain't on her level. But I think he genuinely mean it, because I don't think he grew up. Remember we talked about he grew up in like Asia or something like that. Remember you talk about that context makes a difference on later. So I think what
I took it as disrespect, because he said even the crappiest of McJobs aren't available. Plus, I don't want to take a job away a minority can have. Like minorities are only allowed to have shitty ass, trash ass jobs. Because if that was a senior level position, they offer you 100 bands a year. You ain't about to be like, oh well, I don't want to take this away from minorities. Nigga, where do I sign?
That's funny.
Yeah, but then your head ain't no nigga getting this job. So
these jobs,
I ain't even got to think about that.
I'm not taking away
for me. These are
I'm not taking away from black
Mexicans. Yeah, like these
cheap suckers are for practice.
Yeah, nah, seriously, that's really what he thought. And what's crazy is when I don't know what they call it, like white guild or whatever, the super progressive liberal, white folks or whatever the case is, they don't know that what they saying could be fucked up. Like he genuinely thinks that. And that's why it's kind of like he genuinely like, I'm being a good person. Like, I'm trying to
like get out.
Exactly. I'm really trying to be a good person and stuff like that. But you're not even realizing what you're saying is like, oh, these shitty jobs, I don't want to take them away because they need them.
The black jobs, black jobs, like Trump said.
Black jobs.
Black jobs.
Yeah, this was definitely get out. I voted for Obama 2 times. Like this is that
Oh,
type
this
of
is
fuck.
that.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes,
I'd
this
have
is
voted
that.
a third time if I could.
Yeah,
If I
man.
could have.
Hey, I ain't
And
gonna even lie. When
it's-
I was young, they used to get me with that.
Listen, man.
when I was a younger black dude, because I definitely used to fall for
Are
it.
you like, oh,
I'm like, oh, he down.
ally.
He's an ally. He's with us. He like black people.
It was real subtle, but I think they did a good job of showing Finn as being just like, you can't cut it with metal, bro.
Nah, he was nowhere.
Like this is out of your league. Like, bro, you all the way out of your league, my nigga. That's the reason that you don't have any answers when she's asking you stuff. That's the reason you guys are arguing. She's out of your league, and you're not
Facts.
willing to admit that. You're still trying to placate to this thing of you say he grew up in wherever he grew up with, and whatever parents that he got. Like you, this is above your head, bro. Admit that and get out of here.
But I mean, like mother, like daughter, like y'all dating dudes that are under. Wegler, Finn.
I'm.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I'm having my way.
I don't know if that's the same with Carmela though.
I mean, it's a different thing. It's more layered than that. I'm being like super general. I'm generalizing, but last thing I want to say.
Go ahead. The reason that I say that I don't know if that's the same with Carmela, because at least Tony had he's affiliated in some way.
not Tony. I'm just talking about Wegler.
Okay.
Just Wegler.
Got you.
Tony is different, yeah. But I just gotta say, I ain't had the Moism in a while, but man, Meadow is looking fine right here, bro. Pulling up like this, putting your legs on
even
my
more
leg.
So out of his league.
And,
yeah, like,
I mean,
on,
then you
bro.
like encouraging me. You looking out for the man. Like, come on, like, hey,
nigga been sitting in this hot box sweating all day watching.
I don't care
baseball.
how hot it is. We getting to it after this. I ain't got the $20 gig. Man, it's up. Let me tell you something. We gonna hit this room real quick. Just shower. Let's go to the movie theaters, man. Like, let's get some cool air and watch a good movie and some popcorn. Come on, bro. Yeah, this was definitely a good scene from Jamie Lynn Sigler. I believe I'm saying that right. But Siegler. Thank you.
Close enough.
Let
me not say that, because let somebody fuck my name up and say close enough. I'm like, nah, nigga.
No.
So let me not say that. Yeah, because somebody fuck up my name. Don't say close enough. That ain't close. It ain't right.
Right.
So shout out. Yeah, respect to Jamie Lynn.
Yes, respect. We go to the construction site. The guy's sitting on their asses, smoking mushrooms, collecting government checks.
Smoking mushrooms.
It make a reference to what Bobby was talking about in Columbus. Christopher.
Yes,
we always say Christopher Columbus, but it's called Christopher in the episode.
But yeah, they're sitting there, they're chilling. These are they got the no show jobs and no work jobs. This is a no work job. I'll take either one. Y'all can go ahead and let us in. We'll take either one that it goes. No work, no show. Definitely no show would be great. But Paulie pulls up. He calls Finn Shaggy and tells him to clean the dog poop off his tires. Bruh. Well, what do y'all think about this scene? There's a lot of things I'm gonna say, but what do y'all think?
Paulie fit is crazy with the loose leg pants.
No, that's the error.
The suede pants. That's crazy right there.
It is.
It is crazy.
I thought he had a jumpsuit tracksuit on side. I didn't even notice it.
Pants, that's a crazy fit to be going to a construction site, bro. This was fine. It set the tone for stuff that we figure out later in the episode. But them pants are sick.
Them pants are sick. He got the Scooby-Doo pants on.
He got the Scooby-Doos on.
I
like his whole. This fits Paulie's character though.
Absolutely.
Like, once I find out who he is, damn, here go a couple dollars, take my niece out, and I'm trying to make a good impression. But at first, I didn't give a fuck about who you were. Like all of this is good, and it sets the tone for some later stuff at the construction site that makes sense.
Yeah. Tell him like you're gonna be picking your teeth up, like going that hard about get this poop off my tires, bro. I don't care who you are, whatever clean this off. And then he's like, there he is. Like, bro,
there he is.
He act like he just hit the Men in Black erase memory pin and he just forgot that you just introduced yourself to, it was hilarious, man. But like you said, for all those reasons, but it was like 3 minutes ago. But
Go before it sets in the treads.
dog, yeah, that's. But you know, so yeah, we'll come back to the construction site on another scene. We get Carmela and Tony have a marital sit down. This scene is gold from both perspectives. But the thing I will say before I throw the ball in your court about Carm is you're not married to a Wonder Bread Wop. Like that's my whole thing. Like, and this is words from Tony Soprano, not from Maurice. So yeah, don't DM me. But you're not married to a Wonder Bread Wop, bro. Like Tone, there is no way you're seeing that hidden money. There's no way you'll never ever. The closest thing you will see is from the bird feeder. So that's what I wanted to say about that. But what did y'all think about this scene? It started one way and went the other way. A lot of little stuff in here. Shouts out to Artie.
The trope that I will always appreciate is the waiter coming. Yes. Like they do this a lot in other stuff, like the waiter coming and people being in the middle of a conversation. It's like, bro, get the fuck away from my table right now. I'm on edge. I will hurt you right now, bro. If you keep coming up talking to me about fucking the specials tonight. So I really enjoy that trope. I think they did it really well here. Other than that, man, again, this is one of the scenes that makes me less of a Carmela fan. Like he said, you invite me to a public place, you try to lay this shit on me, hoping that I don't get out of control. Like, nah, fuck that. I think this was a bad play by her.
I'm actually not mad at Carmela in the sense of, well, I am, but what I mean is I want to be a little bit more fair to Carmela. In the sense of, Tony, we've been talking all episode about you not being ready to have this conversation. There's still probably things you could have done in the meantime. Couple calls here or there. They ain't got to be deep. Just checking in. Just want to say hello. You can save yourself a little time. Now, since you didn't want to be the one who initiated that conversation, you have to be the bearer of whatever that news is from the other end. His lack of standing up for his marriage, being a little bit more proactive about fighting for it, led to this point. No matter how drastic it could be, I definitely agree that Carmela had to take it like this far. Mm-hmm. But part of it is like, Tony, man, let this be a lesson. You should have done what you were supposed to do. It's almost like when you say, hey, I should have stopped for gas last night. I'm going to wait till the morning for work. Yep. Work come. Now you late to work because you ain't do what you said you was going to do. Bruh. You ain't do what you said you was going to do. And you're like, damn, I should have did that. Tony's probably thinking like, damn, I should have called a little bit more just to let her know. I ain't think it was going to be like that. But to quote Jay-Z, I know the way a nigga living was whack, but you don't get a nigga back like that. Mm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that deep. Like, so I will say Carmela taking it a little too far. I never thought it would have been this, but here we are. Here we are. Yeah. I mean, we get the classic line, I want what I'm entitled to. You're entitled to shit. Like that I feel like that could be the intro to the Future song shit. You know that. You know. Nah, that's real. Yeah, that would have been. But like, I get both perspectives. It's like Carm is looking at it like I've been dealing with the Gumars, dealing with panic attacks, dealing with your anger, dealing with your wishy-washy moods. I've been dealing with you a lot over the years. I want what I'm entitled to. But Tony is saying in so many ways, like he said, how this is. You know how it's already set up. Like it's never going to be that. We see Angie bumping Sarah. It's like, I mean, obviously he got whacked, Big P, but like, you don't just get to walk away and say, oh, I'm getting his life insurance. And we ain't set up like that. That ain't the way we living. Like, we ain't moving that way at all. So you thinking that, oh, it's going to be some kind of above board corporate style taking down the ball, so to speak, and getting half of everything. Like, it was never going to be that. And that's the thing that gets me about Carmela. She just loves to weave in and out of legitimacy and unlegitimacy, like she did with Meadow when she was trying to get her that letter of recommendation. Like, you kind of was subtly trying to put a threat on it. You didn't want to be legitimate. Like, she floats in and out of this legitimate, non-legitimate. And that's the problem with Carmela that we always have an issue with. It's not that she ain't right sometimes, because she is. It's that she don't have self-awareness. And that bothers us more than anything.
Like herself, she act
like
like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth.
yeah, like this ain't what you signed up for.
Yep.
You try to act like this ain't what you signed up for. Now we're in the thick of it, and you saying, "Oh, divorce. Oh, I don't want to be together." Like, no, I learned everything that I know from your uncle Dickie. How the fuck are you telling me right now that this? I don't know about this, and speaking on illegitimate money and shit like that. Like, you wilding right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're not Dr. Melfi. You're not somebody who did sign up to work with some 9 to 5 working Italian. Like, I'm in the life. You knew that when you picked. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the biggest gripes that I have with as a viewer.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I will say this for all of the characters, to some extent, all of them have a lack of self-awareness. So this is not putting all of the weight on Carmela like she's the only non-self-aware character. All of them to some extent. Tony has a lack of self-awareness in some areas. Meadow does too. AJ does too, and Seal and all of the people in the show. So I don't want to put it all on her, but it's just the way they give us the clock and amount of time they give us with Carmela. The self-awareness is the lack of self-awareness is so strong, it makes it very hard to root for her. But she has gotten our Good Earner Award from time to time. So we'll go to the next scene. Finn and Spanish Shawty. We get to this through line of marriage. So now this is one of the concepts or themes of the episodes. And that conversation obviously ties back to the Soprano scene with Carmine and Tony. She says once that ring happens, things just change. That ring has some kind of power. Then we get Vito pulls up, and Vito calls Finn by his whole name, Phineas. And then Vito brags about Finn's team losing, and he says that he looks like Joe Perry from Aerosmith, which he actually does look like him. Anything I want to add to this scene?
Finn is a piece of. I mean, Finn, he doing what we do this as men. Like, this is part of our bag. You know, he's trying to see where he can fit in with her at. Like, he kind of weighing his options, asking her questions. He see the thong. One of the things that I thought about when we seen the thong, it's crazy how that used to be a thing in our era. Like, you see, oh man, she got a thong on. Damn, now bitches go out dressed like that where you can see the thong visibly.
No, yeah,
that was one of the things that I thought of. But also just like Finn ain't just above board like we would want him to be. Viewers of this show, we protect Meadow. We think Meadow is up here, and we see him doing this. It kind of takes him down a notch as someone who should be dating her.
It also gives a clear representation that you ain't got to be one type of person and not to be considered good or bad, right? Finn is supposed to be the college student, the upstanding guy, you know, and he dogging too. Like, he looking at the thong, he trying to get in, like Spike said, like, oh, so you still dating anybody, anything like that? He trying to see what's up.
Yeah, the
like,
back tattoo too. That's the back tattoo as well.
Yeah,
the tramp stamp. That tramp stamp is there.
Yeah, man. If I get an opportunity, a shorty going, I'm gonna go. Like, the way she's looking at me, I see how, you know, here we are.
She looked
good. And
you
would expect somebody like Tony to do that. But it don't matter. Like, it's just kind of giving that reflection of it doesn't really matter. Like, you can still be, like, just because you're unassuming doesn't mean that you don't have these kind of qualities in you as well.
A man is a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Vito, man, you see me over here working, man, get the fuck on out of here.
Yeah, right, nigga. Bro. Come to me talking about baseball. Nigga, get out of my face.
Bro, if you take you and your mini fan, bro. Step off. Seriously. But yeah, that was a little, you know, but I like exactly what that was a great pull. And this is definitely very similar man behavior. I'm not going to elaborate any more than that. I like how you guys said the two guys that are active. I like
men gonna test the water. We're gonna test the waters, like, bro. Like, there's always gonna be that thing that our spidey senses kick up the antennas out. We're like, oh, let me pry a little bit more, just a little bit more. Let me pry a little bit more. See what's going on.
Sprinkle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A little dash here, a dash there. Yeah. So we go to the next thing. Meadow and Carmela shopping. Meadow drops such a relatable bar when she asked about having you thought about moving beyond depending on men.
So simple for you, isn't it?
Right.
It's simple to everybody when they aren't expecting things to be handed to them. Bruh.
And the fact that hold on, but time out, I got an issue with that line.
Okay.
She talk about Finn getting the construction job. Nigga, Finn was just handed that job. What are you talking about?
Well, he wasn't expecting it though.
But he was handed. It was handed to him.
No, it was.
Like the way she used it. The way she used it was like Finn was up here getting it. Like he been grinding. He been going to this place. He been taking a bus every morning, coming home at night, trying to find a job. And look, he landed this construction job. No, I asked Dad for a construction job. This nigga said yes. Like you were handed a job.
He
like,
was, but he wasn't expecting. I think it's the expecting part of it. Like you're moving according. I'm expecting. He wasn't moving like that. He said I put in an application at the suplex or the movie theater or whatever. So that's what I would say. But you're right about that. But I think,
but it was still a handout.
Yeah, but he wasn't expecting. He wasn't navigating like I'm waiting.
He wasn't expecting it.
Yeah,
but Meadow was. It was an expectation of hers.
Okay.
This dude I'm messing with and that I love, allegedly, Dad, I need for him to have a better way right now. Can you give him a job? Yes. Like there was no expectation of her to go. Yeah, like the expectation was for Tony to say, yes, I know you got, I'm old enough now to know the resources that you have. My boyfriend need a job, give him a job. It's the same shit she doing.
If he don't get a job, he going back to California. I need him here. What's up? Get me together. She would have been pissed at Tony if he didn't get him no job.
Yeah, if he had been like, I don't know, I ain't got nothing for him. Like, what? What do you do all day?
Yeah, I think y'all made some fair points, but I would say the difference is even though, and it's this weird thing, this mother-daughter rivalry that they've continually had. Like now Meadow is getting to that point where she's like this young woman, so she really standing on business as far as her convictions and her point of view and experience, based on her college experience. But yeah, it's like, yeah, there's some contradictory a little bit there, but it is this thing where it's like, have you considered like trying to figure out something on your, because even though Meadow did pull them strings to get that for Finn, like, bro, and even y'all paying for my college, but like I'm doing the extra work and I'm doing the thing, and eventually I'm gonna do this thing on my own. I don't need y'all. Like even when she had y'all come to the apartment, she was like, I mean, if y'all want to bring some wine, that's cool, but we'll cook everything. You ain't got to bring no dish. So Meadow is trying to like move, and we already know Meadow will maneuver on her own. Like I'm telling you, I'm not like you, Mom. Like, but then after all that said, Carmela is so immersed in that way of life. Did we talk about at the end, we talk about these generational differences, just like Finn paying for the meal earlier. It's another one of those generational differences that Sopranos touches on. It's like Carmela is so immersed in this way of life that she says that it's such a foreign concept. She says that you have options, I have a lawyer. Like, bruh, like you talk about being immersed. Like I don't hear nothing you saying. I'm not getting it. Bruh, I'm not getting no job. I'm not trying to figure out my life, figure out nothing. I'm getting this money. She acting like TT from Set It Off. I need that money. So
I'm not willing to do anything else.
That's it.
I've done all I'm going to do.
I was like, dang, Carm, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
no aspirations, no nothing. Like my meal ticket was Tony. And now that he's fucking up, I'm gonna capitalize off that.
Y'all,
like, I ain't got no,
bruh.
I have no Angie Bompensero in me.
Yeah, if y'all Carmela apologists, shouts out to our listener. I can't remember your name, but shouts out to you. But like y'all got some splaining to do, because this ain't making sense to me. Like, please,
and you put 40K in the stock market. Where that money at?
Yeah, Tony emphasized that. Like, since you're such an investment genius,
where that money at?
Yeah, that's crazy. We go back to the construction site, and when he pulls up again, they call him Phineas, and Phil and Billy pull up, collecting that, coming to collect. This is a very interesting scene, very macho scene, chilling in the cut, making jokes. Things escalate really fast. What do y'all think about this scene and us being introduced to Billy? Well, Billy was in a previous scene, but what do y'all think about this?
That's Phil's brother, right?
Yeah,
that's Phil's brother.
It's his kid brother.
Mm-hmm. That animal. This is breadcrumbs, man.
Mm-hmm.
starting the
Facts.
conversation of homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
A joke, not even really a explicit or like crazy joke. It was really like you should know. Like it wasn't even thing like yeah, you don't play like that. You know, I come from the world of you teach people how to treat you, and I've seen people get jokes beaten out of them. Like niggas used to be funny and they ain't funny no more. Like I done seen that.
It's not fun no more, huh?
Well, I don't play with him like that.
Yeah.
But for that over this, and for it to be over that topic, given what we have in the rest of the episode or later in the episode, they just laying the breadcrumbs. Like this is something that's not tolerated. And it's ironic or funny that Vito was the one saying, I knew that was coming. Like, well, you should have known some other shit was coming if you was doing things you ain't supposed to be doing. And obviously bringing Billy in, like for them to make collections, it made sense, but we had to meet Billy. Hopefully I'm not spoiling anything. We don't get a ton of time with Billy.
Yeah.
So we had to meet him and he had to be introduced before.
And that's the thing
everything
about
else that
Phil
transpires.
being around this concept.
Yeah.
Did this make you guys skeptical of y'all think my man was overcompensating?
Eugene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it was.
He had been on some gay shit and he embarrassed by it.
I think I think it's more so I know that in that world, I think it goes to show in a normal world, yes. In the world we live in, Spike, yes. I think because it's so frowned upon in their world, like don't even play with me like that. I don't even want that being something that's a rumor or if I don't he probably here's what Eugene thought. Eugene thought if I don't respond like this, somebody can take that and run with it and say, well, damn, he did have a joke cracked on him and he ain't seem to really care that much. He ain't seem to really respond. Like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna go over this nigga head to let everybody know you got some of that. If you got some gay shit to say to me, like I said, this is Eugene, not me. If you got some gay shit to say to me, like you better dead that shit because I promise I'll knock your head off.
Yeah, and it's like you're not a maid guy. You're not really in this thing for real. You're an errand boy. You running to the corner store.
Eugene made?
Eugene made.
Yeah, Eugene made. Yeah,
he got made with Chris.
Lil Paulie not.
He got made with Chris. Not. No, Lil Paulie not.
Yeah, I don't think
he's a runner. He's like Chris in season 1, like, and he's a runner. So that's why he's like, because if that was a made guy, you can't do that. You can't hit clock me like that. That's why they could do that. That's why we'll see a later scene. Lil Paulie get smacked up by another made guy because that's why it's that simple. So that I think everything Rick said, and then also it's like, I definitely can't let this runner, this friend of ours, this affiliate or whatever, get this off on me. I'm a made guy. I'm letting you kick it and chill on our no work job. I'm definitely not about to let you get that off on me. Like, hey, bro, watch your mouth. Now I get the joke off on you, but that was the foreshadowing with him trying to one up, Paulie Walnuts.
Would he do that if Paulie was there? Because that's Paulie's nephew, right?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Nope. Nope. Does he do that if it's another made guy?
No.
Okay.
He probably throws something at him, like something like that, but nothing crazy. Remember, they don't play that made violence. Even when Chris threw the sandwich at Vito,
they took that.
Remember, Tony told him, "You got to make that right."
Yeah, that's true.
He ain't even put his hands on him. He threw a sandwich at him, and he was told, "You got to make that right because we don't. If you made, you untouchable, bro."
Yeah,
none of that stuff is going on. Even though Tony broke his own rule, but it is what it is.
Yeah, he broke a lot. He broke more rules in the Catholic Church.
I love how excited Patsy was about his gift for his Gumar. He was hyped, man. She loved it. Like
first he gave her the emeralds, then he gave her the pearls.
You'd have thought that was his wife he was talking about. He was so proud.
He was so proud about it. Like I was like, all right, man. But he old school, so he probably got real feelings. Like he been with this. Remember we seen the earlier scene when Ralph was still around. Was like he been with that Gumar for like 20 years.
Yeah.
So like it's like that's like a whole nother relationship for real. In black terms, that's just another family. But yeah.
Side family.
My man Vito said, I knew that was coming.
Bro, Vito. Now here's Finn. So after this happens, so Eugene says
disgusting.
that what about the civilians? Are they going to call the cops? And Vito says, I think I seen a couple niggas.
And they said, oh, those guys. Hey, and then somebody said, oh, those guys, those two guys, yeah. Like,
is it the same one from the earlier season? Remember he was like when Chris pulled up on Patsy And remember, y'all kept laughing about the reference who they said who you supposed to
dude
be.
looked just like him. Yeah, he looked just like him. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, but it's just so how comfortable. Say, yeah, I think I seen a couple niggas. It was so they just flow like, oh, you say this all the time.
Because
But
if all else fails, they did this in Goodfellas too. Like if all else fails, blame it on the niggas. So niggas did this shit. Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's how I go. We expandable in their world.
I was more so surprised that Finn was up here about the Earl.
Okay, that's where I wanted to go.
Weak ass nigga.
Finn throwing up because he's seen somebody get worked is
where
wild.
you from?
Yeah, where are you from?
Hey,
bro?
from now on,
come on, bro.
From now on, I'm not addressing him as Finn. He's Phineas. Like every scene, I will address him as Phineas. You would no longer Finn. Like you not that cool. Like you talking about it's actually Finn. No, it's not actually Finn. You Phineas now, nigga. Because you're throwing up seeing somebody get whooped. We've seen somebody, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was mad violent. Like I'm not condoning that that's a cool thing to see, but like throwing up because you're at such awe and disgust, seeing somebody get smacked with a Tropicana bottle and kicked in the face. Come on, bro. We don't know.
Too, though,
man, come on.
Yeah. It speaks to how how disconnected he is from this world. Like he has no idea what he's taking on with Meadow, with taking his job. And I guess it was a serviceable build up to showing us this, like him trying to pay for the dinner. Like all of these things are just roots from him paying for the dinner and them showing him he's not, he ain't built for this. Like there's no way that he could marry Meadow. He not built for this at all. And even in the next scene when they're talking about it, and she's like, what? No. And she kind of knows it could happen because she's from there, but she's still trying to put that role on because she knows what Phineas is.
Yeah.
Him being this much of a bitch though, like it's disgusting.
It's disgusting for real. He
even
real
into the next.
And I know it's niggas out there like that. Like I get that everybody ain't accustomed to what we may have seen as us three being black males, even them in the world that they in. Like everybody not accustomed to that shit. Some people see that and they might have that reaction, but Phineas being one of those people and dealing with Meadow, that's really off-putting as a show watcher.
But Meadow, I'm telling you, Meadow did not clue him in because she's still having an identity crisis.
She didn't clue him in because she know he not ready for that shit.
Well, you're right. So that's why
he can't handle none of this.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's reacting that way though, because you ain't clued me in. I don't. That's why, like when it was with Jackie Jr., it was totally different because you know about the life we been through. We grew up together, but like with him, she ain't clue. She's still having that identity crisis thing. Like I said, she dated every type of man except for like the Italian guy that's a mob adjacent in some capacity, obviously until the very last season. Like we talked about all of the different men she dated or boys that she's dated before finally embracing and accepting this is the only way, other than Jackie Jr., this is the only way this thing works. So yeah, that's why but like
she still can't believe he that much of a bitch ass nigga though.
I definitely think so. Yeah, absolutely. Like, and we just going right into that scene, obviously the apartment scene, but like, yeah, it's just like throwing up, like, bruh, that's mad weak. Like, I'm not throwing up. Like
that's
I get
insane, bro.
Like, bro, you act like you seen a dead body, like with flies flying around it or something, or somebody
maggots coming out.
Like, you know, even Caitlin's reaction when
they can't even eat his food. This is hours later, and you can't even eat your food.
Hey, these niggas look. Hey, they did a great job of making these niggas look miserable. Finn looks miserable in this apartment,
bro. They so
I'm hot and uncomfortable looking at him.
I swear bro. I had to make sure my fan was on, bro, because y'all got me hot. And then Meadow, brilliant idea to cook chili when the house is hot. It's crazy.
Hey, eating chili in the summertime is crazy.
I definitely still eat chili in the summertime.
That's a wintertime meal though.
It is, but I'm in Florida. That's the only reason.
I'm not fixing chili if I ain't got no AC.
Oh my God, no. That's nuts. Eating chili with no AC.
We ain't doing that, bro. We can do something else. Like we can make tacos. We can make some adjacent.
Why would Meadow do
chili.
this? Like, why? What was? Oh, that might be a cheap meal. Like chili's like a cheap meal kind of.
Chili is a cheap meal
because you might got beans.
And it'll last you a couple days.
So that's kind of that could be like a broke meal that you. So that's probably
100%.
Good point.
Yeah, because I'm like, why would you even cook? But maybe that's all y'all had in there. Couple cans, all that good stuff.
Nah, she went out about that.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
She made that on the stove or the crock pot.
She's gonna make him a man today. Like, you better eat this chili in this hot house, and we better work through some things. But yeah, like You civilian
He was
gang
such
in
a bitch
real
ass
life. You
nigga.
PC.
Yeah, he couldn't get
definitely
over it. He was like they were
civilian gang.
laughing and
My
they
nigga
were
said they were
laughing and
laughing.
joking. They were sick.
Is this what you grew up around?
Bro, who raised you? Like that's
Hey,
Tell me
the
about
man.
your
next.
boyfriend.
He was
Didn't you
so
tell me your boyfriend got
disrespectful.
shot?
He was so disrespectful in this
Yeah.
scene, man.
Yeah, he was just. I mean, come on, bro. We go to the.
This is the third reference to African Americans. What Meadow said.
Right. Yeah, it's the third. Is it third?
Yeah, this is the third one. So we had.
Do we count a couple niggas?
Tony B started the episode off.
Yeah.
Got jumped
The
by
roster.
two black guys.
Well, in the roster.
No, not the roster. Just the
Okay.
No, I just literally like blaming somebody else for some shit that they didn't do. So he blamed two black men for some black men for jumping them. That didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the
Vito.
The Vito.
Couple niggas.
Fucking niggers. Yeah, a couple niggas. And then we have this one. They were African. We know black people didn't shoot Jackie Jr.
Right.
She said they were African. Yeah,
she knows that.
She shot by drug dealers. African Americans, if that makes you feel any better. That's the third one. That's three instances where they blaming black people, knowing that they didn't do that shit.
Knowingly blaming them and they didn't do it.
And the fourth one happens in Melfi's office. When we finally get the truth of what happened that night.
Yeah. What was that Dave Chappelle joke back in the day? We used to talk about like they shoot them and sprinkle some coke on them.
Yeah, sprinkle some crack on them. Get out of here.
Dark humor. We go to Joey Peeps' funeral, and Peeps is on the tombstone.
This shit hilarious.
Instead of Pepperelli.
Hey, if I was Tony, I'd be beside myself.
Hey,
bro.
this nigga Seal.
Y'all please clear this up. Where you going?
This nigga Seal said fucking. He said fucking Jason, man. He's dyslexic.
Okay,
what's that got to do with it?
All right, y'all. Please explain to me. Like I was, there's a couple angles I was trying to figure out where they were going with the dyslexic thing.
He would the fact that it doesn't matter if he just like this issue has nothing to do with somebody having dyslexia or not, being dyslexic or not. Like, it's about you getting his name wrong.
Yeah, that's an excuse you're giving me. Like, why are you playing with me right now, bro? What the fuck does him being dyslexic got to do with this? Yeah. And you felt like it was okay in front of all of these people to put Peeps on a tombstone, and we know this man last name. Not to mention, I have anxiety about my cousin did this shit. Right. I know how Johnny feel about this. I got anxiety because now I'm looking even more disrespectful because it's just Peeps on this fucking tombstone versus the proper send-off. Like, Tony had very much right to be like pissed off about this.
If his full name was there and it was spelled backwards, then you can use all right, he's a dyslexic.
You can say he dyslexic. All
right, then bet. Somebody, and even then, like, I'm still upset that nobody double-checked this work. But you bringing up some shit that don't even matter.
Oh, I got nothing
to do. You playing in my face, bro.
Here's a couple things. On the tombstone, it says Joseph John. And then Peeps is at the top. They don't even have his last name at all. It's like, it's not even like.
That's what I'm saying, because they use Peeps as his last name. Like, not know. It's like when you know somebody, like, all right, y'all, on another week in the books, y'all talk about like the categorizing friends. Mm-hmm. And not everybody necessarily your friend. Like, you the hoop friend. Like, you my hoop homie. Like, I see you at the court. Like, we hoop or whatever. You can go years, and this is something we talked about before, where men just have these surface relationships. You can play basketball with somebody for 10 years and literally not know their government, their God-given name. You don't know their Christian name. Like, I have no idea what this person's first name or last name. That's a nigga at the hoop. Like, I might call him a nickname that everybody else call him, and that's it. Yeah. I don't know who
even
his
if
name
I got
is.
His number, it's saved under some random ass name that I know him by.
Facts.
Yeah, we never stop and be like, oh, what's your actual first and last name? Like, it don't never happen like that. So if you not thinking in that sense, it's easy to just be like, we call him Joey Peeps, so I'm about to say Peeps. Shit, that's what we call him. Like, nigga, his last name is not Peeps. That's like somebody, oh, K Rich. Like, nigga, don't put Rich on my last name is Richardson. like just let him know, like, we don't even know these people.
This is not the time to be nicknaming right now.
And this isn't like, we don't really care. We're doing this just because of tradition. I don't even care about this nigga enough to get his name right.
Yeah. This is still like protecting the New York thing. Yeah, it's like the New York protection, like that Tony cares about. And the dyslexic, it would have been more of like spelling it wrong versus like completely a different name. I think, is that what Tony was getting at?
No, yeah. Well, that's what Sil was getting at. So just being dyslexic means that you read words or numbers backwards.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's why I said, like, that issue had nothing to do with it. No.
You're telling me something that means nothing to me right now.
That's like a Tony.
I'm bringing a point to you, and you acknowledge
Like
it's something
the
totally
the
different.
That's like
equivalent don't
Carmela.
even.
That's like Carmela finding out Tony cheating, and Tony says, "My mom's sick." What the fuck do that got to do with you cheating, bro? That ain't got shit to do with this.
I'm depressed.
Yeah, like what are you talking about right
Depressed
now?
about my grandma.
That's a good point. But man, I one thing that stood out to me with the tombstone. So Joey Peeps was 40. So he was 40, not a made guy. I mean, I guess I know though it's not an age thing. I mean, obviously it's the books are open type of thing. I just found that interesting. I'm like, wow, he was 40. You know, that was just something that stood out to me with the tombstone. But it's a few things.
Johnny Sack going through it at this funeral, boy. He ready to kill Carmine.
He ain't never really been through
sick.
it, man. Johnny and Carmine being at the same funeral, bro. That's serious beef right there. Like that right there, them just like eyeing each other and like looking off, bro. This deep right here to me. I was like, yo, this is for real. Like, I hate this nigga. I hate
this
you.
This is the beginning of that phase of the Sopranos where we're talking about. It now goes into another show.
Yep.
This is the start of that.
Yeah. No more happy families, no more suburban life, no more trying to balance. You know, we get sprinkles throughout like later, but it's nowhere near the same. Like it's still up. Every episode we up. Like this is what we doing now. Well, Johnny Sack wants to whack Carmine, his wife, and his cousin Blundetto. And you know Johnny Sack got a temper problem. What do y'all think about this scene and even in the sitting in the car and Tony, like, you know, obviously covering for his cousin?
This shows, man, that there are holes in the boat, bro. The holes in the boat.
Oh, good callback.
Like I'm hearing that your fucking cousin is the person who had something to do with this. And you standing in my face, we playing golf, we're doing all this shit, and you acting like you ain't got nothing to do with this. So one, either you ain't got no control over your staff and the people that you deal with, or two, you just lying to me. And both of them are equally as egregious. I can't trust you if the people under you are going to do whatever the fuck they want, regardless of what you tell them. Or I can't trust you if you standing here in my face telling me you don't know nothing about it and your man's had something to do with it. Great. And I like how they showed the rest of the people looking at them like this wasn't a personal conversation. This was like, it got loud.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers was yelling. So
like I love how, and Tony was oblivious too. He thinks it's about the headstone. Like, I'm sorry about the headstone, we're gonna get it right. And John, the acting in this scene, like incredible. Just like that, because that's how it would be. Like, what I saw the other day? Like Mickey Fellows. You know who he saw? Like your fucking cousin. I promise I'm gonna kill you. Or not kill you, but kill him, whatever the case is. Tony's smart enough to like, let's get in the limo. Let's, like Spike just said, all these eyes are on us. Let's have this private conversation. Tony's still trying to convince him, tell him, hey man, you really need to shake his hand and put the shit to bed. But Johnny Sack was not leaving that limo without some kind of explanation, bro. It's not. No, it wasn't my cousin. Is not good enough right now. You better tell me some shit I want to hear to put me at ease that it wasn't your cousin. And in order to do so, Tony had to put himself in it.
Yeah, man.
He had to, but that's where he fucked up. And he really made it extra. Like he made it to. We doing Entourage right now. Spike and myself, we just we recorded season 1, and in the pilot episode, there's a moment when the fellas are trying to fuck with E. Like Tony and Drama, or not Tony, Drama and Turtle are fucking with E, talking about, yeah, we seen Kristen with Vince Vaughn, and E's really going for it until Drama says some shit that's too far. It's too much. And then he's like, all right, I know you fucking with me. That's how I felt when Tony was talking about we were even going to ask you to help out to find her. We were just about to reach out.
His daughter, man. She lost,
stop
man.
where you at. Just stop at we was looking for his daughter and leave it at that. Don't hit him with a matter of fact, we was actually going to reach out to you and your people to see if you could help us out. Like, now you putting too much sauce on it, bro. I know you weren't, bro. This shit's, and Johnny knew it. Like, I ain't got enough to really make a move yet, but all this shit sounds.
I know you bullshitting me.
I know you bullshitting me, bro.
I love the way that they lean into, Tony is smart, but Johnny is also smart too. This is the reason that we love the character of Johnny Sack. Like, I don't really know what's going on right now, but bro, I know something fishy is going on. I know you bullshit. I love the fact that like this this is one of the prime conversations in this series that makes this show what it is. Like, I can't put my finger on it as far as if I'm Johnny Sack, but I do know that something's up, and I know you're not being legit with me, but I ain't got enough to act on it. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna explain how fucking pissed off I am, and when I do get the information that I'm looking for, it's hell on your ass.
Mm-hmm. No different than the beginning of the episode.
Facts.
Tony knew that story was bullshit. This one's a little bit more different. Johnny Sack, hey, I put on my mama, nigga.
This is one of the best scenes of this. This is one of the best scenes of the series for me, because this is a turning point. This is a defining moment of the series,
and it does create a hedge in their relationship too.
Yeah,
they're not the same season one when he's like, "Hey, I need you to make Uncle Junior feel good about being the face of the family." Like, you know, yeah, absolutely, I agree with all the things.
Because Johnny looking at it like, bro, I gotta answer to people.
Well, I like, just let you off right the hook here. Last
this
week.
This is my mans, yeah. Like all these people, these are my mans. Like, I'm gonna look crazy not taking you to task for this shit. And I'm trying to be the boss of New York. This is the y'all are a glorified crew, excuse me, to everybody who fucks with me heavy.
Jersey,
and I'm giving you, I'm giving you so much leeway. Like, nah, bro, we're not doing this. I'm gonna take you out, bro. You playing with me.
Yeah. We get Phineas, and he's at the site, and Phineas is smart, in my opinion, for not saying.
Really call him Phineas.
Oh no, yeah, I mean it. But he makes a smart play to me, in my opinion. Like, when you realize, like, you know, there's a dude that, like, he ain't the one to play with. When you see him do something like real, like, aggressive, or like, oh, this nigga ain't really got it all together, something ain't quite click, you make sure you watch your words. So he's like, well, Eugene, he was like who would in their prime, who the one, Tyson or Ali? And he's like, I don't know. Like, he's like, bro,
you never would have caught me. You would have never caught me doing this shit.
Doing what?
Yeah, this is whack.
Openly admitting, like, I'm after the other day, I'm scared to say, man.
He didn't say he was scared. He just said, I don't know what to say.
I got the trump card.
His face
bro.
said he
I'm
was
the
scared.
boss. Yeah, I'm the boss daughter's boyfriend.
He don't know that
can't
though.
Fuck with me.
He still don't know. That's the problem.
And that goes to speak to everything that I was talking about with the payment arrangement. You're not paying attention to your surroundings,
but my
and
girl
knowing
should
what
still be telling me what's up though.
Like, nah, you gotta figure that shit out. You're a man, bro. You're a man. You gotta figure that shit out.
You are 19. You're 20 years old. Like, you got your associates maybe, and you're fresh in college. You don't know a damn thing. Nobody know nothing at 20. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. We're not gonna put all that on him.
These dudes can't fuck with me.
He don't know
I
that.
should
though.
know that.
That's why he was acting like that with Paul. Like, okay, thank you. He should be observant, but you put too much on.
Even with the party situation, that should have gave you more information to understand where you are in this relationship and in this situation with the rest of these dudes.
He think these dudes weird. I think he think all of them.
Well, to Spike's point, I just went the same dude that said he was about to knock my teeth down my throat and telling me to go clean shit off his tires. Once he found out who I was,
he's giving me hundreds of money in my hand. Dinner.
But he wasn't right there when he figured out who he was.
He still got the hundreds of dollars.
He was
dinner,
away.
Though.
He was away from that conversation.
And take care of he still received the money.
Hold on,
and was told take care of my niece.
Hold on, Mo. Just because he was away doesn't mean you don't think he put that together as to why he got that. Because like, ain't nobody just like talking shit to you, then all of a sudden turn around and put money in your pocket unless you found out who I was.
Bro. If you're not figuring this out on your own, like you don't deserve to figure this out. It's like I asked you your 2K rating, Mo. Like, his awareness is at 0. This nigga got a 0 awareness level. You should be able to piece these things together as a man. You ain't got to be in their lifestyle. You ain't got to be a criminal, but you should be able to piece things together. Like, okay, you know.
So what is the? I'm gonna test y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all if y'all pass or fail. Okay, realistically, based on
and he said my niece. Why didn't you tell me? My fault. Before you go, remember Paul even said, "Why didn't you tell me you was dating my niece?" That's the giveaway right there. That
should have been a fucking clue right there.
Why did you tell me you was dating? And make sure you tell her Uncle Polly.
Okay, but like, what is that again? What's
I got juice. I'm the nigga dating your niece. I'm the nigga. Metal means something around here.
I'm top dog out here down there.
Okay, that's her uncle. There's no indication still. Oh, this is a mafia guy. He kills people. And if you're dropped in, you are a fish out of water. You come from a whole different lifestyle. You're dropped in a culture and idea and concept you've never seen before, and all of a sudden you're supposed to pick up pieces. Like the only thing he picked up. Okay, all right.
Either or you're just a loser with his head up his ass who shouldn't be dating my niece no way or my daughter no way. Like, yes, you should be able to. Overall awareness and instincts as a man, you should be able to understand these things.
Question.
It's not far-fetched, bro.
Question. This is a pass or fail. If he's a 20-year-old, he just got out of college, he got his little associates or whatever. He went at 18. Realistically, based on Finn's experience and being a fish out of water, what y'all say observe? Realistically, what should he have picked up based on the 3 occasions he's seen Tony and that Paulie experience and him being at the site? What should he actually know at this point, realistically?
I know this nigga made a harmless joke and got his head cracked in. I know something's up with these guys.
Okay.
Even if that's the only thing. I see how these dudes move. You say your dad's in the karting business? Look at y'all neighborhood. Look at y'all crib. Look at the boss shit y'all supposed to observe. Like, this ain't normal. This seem a little bit odd. Mm-hmm. Tony carries it a certain way too. Like, we got to think Finn is Italian.
Yeah.
It's not like he German American or got a different background.
But he's
Irish.
lived a Wonder Bread WAP life though.
But that don't mean all right. So you can still live a Wonder Bread life and live in the suburbs your whole life. That still means look at Nunu and ATL. That means you know exactly what's happening in the hood. You know what's happening. Even though I don't live that life.
Mo, you're not gonna meet some big time drug dealer and not understand. You ain't never sold drugs or lived that life. I'm just speaking hypothetically here. If you had never done any of that, you're still not gonna meet some big time black drug dealer and not understand it. Like, you're gonna get what's going on. It ain't gonna take a lot for you to be like, I'll see what these niggas got going on.
Y'all just think it's not possible for people to not be. Y'all think it's not possible that people don't be this oblivious.
I guess I just don't understand it,
and that's fine.
It's hard for me to understand it.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and that's fine. It's hard. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Well, I'm agreeing that Finn is this way. I'm just saying he shouldn't be.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying too.
Like he is this way that you're saying. He just shouldn't be.
It does exist. You are right, but as a man, not even having anything to do with the drugs lifestyle or whatever. If you offend is, as a man, you should be observant enough to know to pick up on this stuff.
Check this out. I'm gonna show
just as a regular man.
Okay, let me show y'all something.
That's the type of nigga to sit with his back.
That's a survival shit, bro.
No, let me show
the type of nigga to sit with his back to the door.
Exactly. He
sit with his back to the door. He don't know what's going on.
At this age,
question you when you ask him why he doing it.
At this age, yes. But here, let me show you. I just want to show y'all a small example of you just not aware. At 20, 19, 20. We're in college. Everybody's going home for Easter. It's only a few of us on campus. We get every chick can check in 2 guys. So we like, we about to have like a little dorm party. We're nowhere in our mind thought, hey, we can get arrested, anything. We're gonna play this slick, we good. All of them check us in. We think we looking all of this. Not aware, like, you do realize you the only niggas on campus going into the women's dorm. It's 8 of us dudes, 4 of the girls that we kick it with. We about to go upstairs. We not picking up the fact that, hey, you do realize there's nobody else playing loud music. Nobody's really in the dorms. Nobody's on campus, but not being aware at that age, thinking, we slick. There's no way they're going to catch us. We're good. We got through the front door. They let us in. We're straight. I'm just telling y'all that exists. Like, to not really.
We know it exists.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
We know it exists. Like, I'm just saying it.
I just feel like the only thing, it's just this running thing that I feel like you put too much on somebody where it's like, I just say, give a nigga some time. Like, this nigga's 20 years old, possibly, like 24, sure.
I think I'm not going to speak too much for Rich, but I think the only thing that we're saying is you can't be that blind. Like, you're entering into a space where eventually in this episode, he's asking Meadow to marry him. And you're oblivious to the lifestyle that her father and the people around her father, even though you're working with them, lead. That's not acceptable, bro. Yeah, your awareness gotta be up from here, bro. Yeah. Like, I would be upset if my daughter was trying to marry somebody like this and didn't understand. Like, if I was some big time drug dealer and my daughter's husband soon to be was like, act like he had no idea what was going on, I would kind of be upset.
And I'll be the first to say it's hard. Go ahead, Spike.
No, I was just gonna say it's an awareness thing.
Yeah, I'll be the first to say, and I'll admit it's hard for somebody like me because I've always grown up being a people person, in the sense of I can relate, I can find something similar, I can have a conversation with anyone. That's always been natural for me. Like in high school, I can go to any lunch table and join the cafeteria and sit down and be comfortable. Like, you know what I mean? I could do that. So, and part of that is because I was just aware. I knew how to peep the scene. I knew who was doing what, who wasn't. Like I ain't say nothing about it. I kept stuff to myself, but I peeped everything. And it's just one of those things where I'm just like, how you not putting this together? That's why I said the joke. Like Finn the type to sit with his back to the door. Like, and I'm not saying it's Finn's fault that nobody ever taught him that, but it's a thing that it's there. Whether somebody taught you or not, you should know that. You got to pick up on it. Yes. And at some point in your life, somebody's going to teach you, hey, man, you need to be seeing the door so you can peep the scene and everything that's going on. I'm not blaming it. Like, you don't know what you don't know. So I'm not blaming Finn for it. It is hard to, like, witness somebody like Finn and like, damn, how you not seeing this? But I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It's just hard for me to accept it because I'm like, my antennas always go up. Especially in new surroundings, new people. If I'm at a brand new job site, bro, I'm paying attention to everybody before I say a word to them. Like what they doing, they kick it over there all the time. Nigga, y'all the only niggas not working. Y'all got something going on. Like, everybody in this heat sweating. Like y'all chilling. Like y'all gotta be somebody. Y'all connected in some way.
To your point, Mo, it's not the fact that he's like it doesn't register to him. That's the problem. Like it's cool.
I think it does. I think it does to some extent, though. Like when we get to later,
not to the point where he's able to make an understanding of it. That's the problem with me with Finn. Like you're still so green in the sense of you're not putting two and two together. You're not using logic, bro. Like you just out here like, oh, I'll go. Like yes, I mean these people are weird, man. He's an animal. Like, bro, relax. You need to understand what's going on if you're going to be dating this woman. That it's cool to be that oblivious if you dating a Dr. Melfi's daughter. That's fine. But you dating Tony Soprano daughter, bro.
Well, I think
it's a different story.
I do think there is a awareness. I don't think he's clued in on what they are, but I think there's some steps he is taking. Like we'll see later with the Vito. Like, let me play it this way. There's this scene was like, I need to be careful what I say. I mean, but again, like you say, oh, well, he's dating Tony's daughter, but he ain't putting it together. But I don't know about Tony. He's intense, like he said in the previous scene, but I do know I seen this nigga knock somebody out the other day, and I know I need to wash my mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I do
that man.
Yeah. So I think he is taking the steps, and I think he does have some awareness. It's just not the awareness that he's picking up in these small interactions. So, but I think it's fair.
Stop with that scary shit, bro. Put your chest out, man. Nigga, say like you scary.
He a fucking man, bro.
He is. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like,
he a fucking man, bro.
His name is Finn.
Like, nah, for real. Like, honestly, man. Like, I guess here's my last point. Bro, take that JetBlue ticket that your parents gave you and get the fuck up out of Dodge.
Get out of here.
You ain't built for this. Like,
okay, we're gonna get to it.
Be aware enough to know, like, and just bounce. Like,
yeah, that's a good point, Rich.
Yeah, I'll speak more to that. Like, when we get to that scene, but like, Phineas ends up sitting down and pretty much getting his rest on, and that's what it is. We go to a small scene. Christopher and Adriana, and Chris. I feel like he has a good point here about him. Like all of a sudden, because Blundetto's out, now I'm a poop putt. I'm the third tier now. I'm the 6th man award. I feel like
Chris ain't even made. This nigga ain't even made. He getting a big money maker.
That is crazy.
Absolutely.
That is
Chris
crazy.
Chris is right on point with this.
Okay. I feel that.
I can multitask, Adriana. I'm not a fucking retard.
It's good to see Chris, man. I miss Chris. We go to the next scene. The Asian and her daughter. I don't even know why this scene was in here.
You know why it was in there?
Why?
Remember when Adriana asked the agent if she ever had any kids? She said no. I made the point of it when we were talking about it in real time. I said this agent is playing Adriana. Adriana doesn't even know it. Once again, talking about awareness.
Yeah.
Well, she couldn't have known this, but either way, like the agent was just saying whatever she could in order to do it. It was the same time when she wanted her to open up. And so all you do was think about work. And she talked about, oh, my husband,
Yeah.
he left me and took my job that I was supposed to get, blah, blah, blah. She clearly has a child. Like,
you are hiding a child.
Yeah, and I think it's another point just to show, like, we haven't seen Adriana talk to the feds in a while. It's been some episodes.
Yes.
Just a little sprinkle and reminder, like, hey, this is still going on. This Fed case ain't go away.
Is it a reach to Christopher has on a Puma shirt? Does that count as something like kind of black thing or
no? Not in 2004.
Okay, all right. I ain't trying to reach. I just figured I'd throw that out there.
No, I feel you. Fila was probably more black than Puma in 2004. Because Eugene had a Puma, a Fila track jacket.
Okay.
That was more black. Because Foot Locker used to have the two for $89.99 Fila joints, and they had the different colors. And everybody used to like
the track suits. It goes for the gangsters, the mobsters. They wore the track suits. That was the thing. So Puma, Fila, it didn't matter. It was still realistic that they had them on.
Okay, so it wasn't really okay. We get Phineas and Meadow with the college buddies, and they pretty much doing a bonfire. And Phineas pretty much says he has to leave. He got 3 hours, so he got to get up for work. So he probably just gonna go ahead to the site because Hispanic shawty gave him the key, got a key somewhere, so he can go and rest up there. And pretty much that's it. He pretty much heads out. Anything I want to add to this bonfire scene?
I thought it was funny how Meadow was jealous of the other girl. He had been talking about her.
Oh, yeah,
he had been mentioning her name. You could tell that Meadow was like, who is this bitch? You know how women do.
Yeah. Well, she still had a little confidence about her too, though.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I'm scared of her. It was like, oh, you talking about her a lot. I'm still Meadow Soprano.
Yeah.
I ain't got to worry about some Hispanic chick working on the construction site. I ain't worried about it in that sense, but you are. I'm letting you know as a woman to a man, you talking about her a lot.
A lot, and I noticed.
Yeah, and I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
The main thing I took away from this scene, honestly, was just how easy certain people just have easier lives than others. Like, they don't have to worry about like the what's next part of it. You're gonna do the CIA, and now I'm gonna go to film school. Like, it's nothing for him. The options are available for him. He has money. His family has money, resources. So that means he has options. He doesn't have to do what Finn does and try to figure it out. What's my next move? Nah, I just got to pick what these options are.
Facts.
Fair. Phineas pulls up.
We've been alluding to this all podcast.
I don't know how early. Probably season 2, season 3 for sure. When Ralph was around. Y'all go back and listen to our season 3. Now y'all can go back and listen to what we were alluding. Phineas pulls up and sees the security guard getting head from Vito. I got something I want to say, but before I get there, words.
Why wouldn't he just keep his head down?
Bruh. The security. How's the security guard a lookout? You're a lookout. This is what you do.
Why did you say his head down, bro? Be like, wait a minute, bro.
Why didn't he just tell him to? That's nasty work from the security guard. Like, this is literally the definition.
They definitely killed that guy. That guy's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
The security guy's dead. He's dead.
This is literally the definition of how men get once they finish. You just forget it. All logic goes out the window. Like, all right, kids to pull it up. Whoever walked in, like logic goes all the way out the window. I can't believe it didn't say that. I'm sorry. That's all I want to say to that. Like, bro, you're a security guard. Like, you're on the lookout. Literally, you're looking at Phineas in his eyes.
Hold up. Wait. Don't raise up anything.
That's an easy. Like, yo, just stay down. Stay, yo. Somebody pulling up. Like, I never understood that part from the security guard. You big dummy. Like, that's it.
Listen, the whole thing. I will say this, man. I don't the face.
How shocking was this?
Vito coming up with the face he makes, bro. That shit just sick. How shocking was it in real time?
In real time, like, because I didn't watch this
in real time. In real time, this was insane. This was Ned getting his head cut off in season 1, episode 9 of Game of Thrones.
It was that far now?
This was Yeah, it was episode 9. This
Dang.
was Daenerys dragon getting taken and turned into a White Walker. This was that shocking.
Ooh, good. These are great references.
Like
Do we
this
got any
was
more
that.
shocking ones? We got any more shocking like that line up to this? Rich, come on, reference Rich over here. That caught you in real time was a shocking twist. Like, oh, wow.
This was Red Wedding. This was
Red
Stringer Bell.
He
This was
got them
Brother
all.
Muzan understanding that they set me up and I'm gonna kill Stringer.
I know people don't like Walking Dead how they did it, but this is definitely Negan when Negan took
yeah, that's a good one.
took the Asian dude's head off and the redhead dude's
That's
head
a
off.
good
Like
one.
that was like wow, they really let this happen. Like he really did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is definitely that Walking Dead. I'm trying to think of any more shocking like reveals that I've seen in real time that I didn't see coming. That might be all that comes to mind right now. I feel like there's one more. Is there a Breaking Bad like shocking or Better Call Saul? I feel like there's something.
Breaking Bad. This was your man getting popped by the pool. Like when him and Gus went to go present the plan to Don, whoever.
Yeah.
And
this is
nigga, who you fuck y'all think I am? I'm shooting you by the pool. I'm shooting your man.
Yeah, right in front of you. Yeah.
I'm killing him right here.
This is Howard getting killed on Better Call Saul. When Lalo Salamanca pulled up, bro, my jaw
like, who is these dudes? Who is he?
He was sitting there drunk and everything.
I'm gonna pop him right now.
Bro, they took the joke way too far with Howard. And when Howard got killed by Lalo, he was just an innocent bystander. My jaw was on the ground.
Just got killed because you was playing with him.
Just because you was playing with him. Took the joke way too far.
Just because he was in some scheme that y'all had, he dead now.
Bro,
this was right there. This was Joffrey choking at the wedding.
Yeah.
This was all this.
Joffrey, that's a good one. There's probably so many people right now yelling at their fucking phones like, I haven't seen any of these shows.
Spoiling joints?
Yes. That's why you keep asking me and I'm not answering you, Mo. Because I'm like, I'm not about to be out here just spoiling all these shows.
Too late.
That's why I'm sitting here being quiet. Like,
nah. Hey, man, we've been doing this whole show spoiler free for the most part. Now, give us a break, all right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no doubt. But all those great, those are fire references right there. Like all of them big reveals make all the difference in the world, man. So, but this right here, when I seen it, because I was late to the party, when I seen it, it was still a big reveal. I was like, whoa.
That was his idea too. The actor who plays Vito, that was his idea.
Really? Joseph, what's his name?
Yeah,
Joseph?
he read an article about a member of the Gambino family that was gay, but they allowed him to live because he was a good earner. That's where the whole storyline came from. That's like from a real life instance.
I never knew that.
And he thought that would be interesting. Like this would be something interesting for the show to explore. He brought it to David Chase. David Chase was like, all right, cool.
That's brilliant because that makes his character like we wouldn't be talking about Vito like that if we didn't have this.
He'd be a forgettable character if this
he'd be Eugene.
Yeah, no one would give a fuck about Vito if this is
Little Paulie. He'd be one of them, like whatever.
Yes.
Like,
and
Benny.
And they do a brilliant job.
Yeah,
This is season 5, episode 9. This doesn't get brought up again until season 6, episode 5. Mr. and Mrs. John Sacramone presents. That's the next time this even gets brought
Vito
up.
did
How
start
crazy is
shit.
this?
I love it.
How crazy is this though? Phineas, next scene, he's in the stall, and the stall says Mr. John. I'm just saying.
You know how stressed you. Well, we'll talk about it when we get to the next scene.
Let's go to the next scene. So Phineas is in the bathroom, and Vito pulls up. Talk about you sound like a racehorse pissing in there.
See, man, you ain't about to listen. I don't listen at this point. I gotta figure something out. I'm not saying I would have been aware enough to know these guys are mobbed up.
No, this is where you gotta. Well, this is where I think he did get tapped in. Where it's like, okay.
You ain't about to press me down, especially coming out the bathroom, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm not living my life that way, bro.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Let me tell y'all something.
I'm not living my life that way.
Let me tell y'all something. This scene was excellent because this scene to me is like an acting clean because the way I think his name, Will Janowitz, that plays Phineas, he looks so intimidated. Like, I need to figure out, I just seen a nigga get clocked. He was there. I knew that was coming. And y'all was unfazed by it. I called a couple niggas over there. And then Joseph Gandolfini, who obviously plays Vito, has this like sociopathic way of doing this scene. Because it's like, I have to intimidate you enough not to say nothing, but I know I can't take it further because you are Tony dating
Meto's
Meadow,
boyfriend.
and it's so good, bruh. He's like, hey, don't do that all shuck shit with me. Like, bro, I was like, this is good. He's like, hey, let me hear you say it.
I wouldn't have been
Vito,
around here for. Hey, I would not have been. I would have not have been around here for none of that, bro. I wouldn't have been around here for none of that.
You ever been?
You ain't about to sit here and be like, huh?
You ever been a little nigga?
No.
That's why.
No, I'm not. Hold on, whoa.
What do you mean when you say that?
I've been like little cuz and stuff like that. I'm talking about in a real life.
Stature. Have you ever been a little nigga?
Nah, like I got no. Okay. I've always been like.
Makes a difference.
Well, I was tall for my age when I was a kid.
Makes a difference. But were you?
But Finn ain't no little nigga,
bro.
Small, like, but not height wise.
Let's not do that. Finn should be able to whoop Vito. I'm a young man.
It don't matter if I was a little nigga or not.
He's a short, fat nigga, bro.
I'm gonna hit you with the will, nigga. I promise you, you can't.
I don't believe.
Listen, if I'm
Finn, I gotta believe I can beat up Vito.
You gotta believe it, but Vito's a psychopath too.
Bro, Vito, come on.
Bro. Hold on. But here's the thing, though. I know Vito ain't gonna touch me because of who I am. To Meadow. Like, he ain't about to answer to Tony about why you put your hands on me. My point is, bro, as soon as I'm getting out, you standing there, bro, get your weird ass away from me, man.
Yeah, I don't got.
And I'm not saying he weird because of his sexuality. I'm saying you weird because you waiting for me to outside the urinal.
You're talking about how
can you say it?
Yeah.
Man, fuck
this
goes
to do. This speaks to the awareness that we've been talking about all episode, bro. You need to be a man at some point. You can't sneak around and pay for dinners. You can't ask Meadow what she think when she asking you what you think. You need to be a man in this point. And right here with Vito, you need to be a man. Like, hey, look, bro, I don't give a fuck about what you had going on before I got here. I don't care. I ain't gonna tell nobody. It ain't got shit to do with me. But I need to very clearly make you understand that you're not finna be pressing me about this, and we ain't finna talk about it again. It ain't gonna come up. It's cool. Whatever you got going on, that's on you. And the reason that Phineas is in the position that he's in because all of this other shit that we seen in the episode, he a bitch ass nigga, and he can't stand up for himself, and he ain't got no awareness. If he had some awareness, he would be like, hey, look, bro, I don't give a fuck about what you had going on, bro. I ain't gonna tell nobody. I don't know about y'all lifestyle. I don't know about I don't know about none of that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just here working my $20 an hour job. Mm-hmm. Get out of my face. Don't offer me Mets tickets. Don't ask to go nowhere with me. I'm cool, bro. And he couldn't relay that properly as a man. And that was the problem with him and Meadow.
Nas got an album with Hit Boy called Magic. And there's a song called Dedicated, man. One of my favorite lyrics from Nas. When he says, finessing me or pressing me, well, none of that is happening. Like, neither one of them things is happening, bro. You're not finessing me. You're not pressing me. I'm not letting it happen. I'm not going down like that. I know that's a Finn thing. I know I'm not Finn. But just watching this really pissed me off because I'm thinking about every single way I would have handled this compared to what Finn did.
I definitely,
I'm not going back in the porta potty to cry, bro.
You know how crazy it is. You know how pressed you know how stressed you got to be to go inside a porta potty and sit down to get your thoughts together. You know how much you know how fucked up you got to be in the head. Like I went in a porta potty to get out of porta potties, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro, stop it. Vito, get the fuck out of my face, bro. We ain't about to do none of this shit.
Little fat gay nigga. I ain't got nothing to do with that. None of that, bro. Ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. Get the fuck out of my face, though. We ain't gonna play. We not gonna play these games, bro. We not gonna play these games.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off. Don't play with me like this, man. Stop playing with me. Don't. And you asked me to say it. Say my name. Like, bitch, get the fuck out my face, bro.
Yeah, that's why I said, bro, it was menacing. It really worked. Like I thought it really worked. I'm sorry, it really worked to me. I thought like because we'll see.
It works on everybody. It works on Finn. Not anyone else.
No. That's not true. It works on some people. Works on and some people does. Some people don't. Because I've been in school with people like this. That's like, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. Like I don't know, man. Like I'm like, bro, just chill. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. He might. Like there's people like this, bro. Like you gotta come. Y'all gotta come. Y'all gotta come out of it. Y'all gotta. We are not like that. We won't. That we ain't. We can't have that, Billy Ho. But there are people like that where it's like, okay, you really are scared like that. You don't, you ain't never been clocked before. You ain't never been hit before. You don't know what there's other people like this. So for me, I'm trying to take my, obviously we say black perspective, but I take myself out of it and say, okay, let me try to see if I'm this anyway. But yeah.
But that adds to what we've been talking about this whole episode and what this episode is about. Finn is in over his head.
Facts. That is very
He's
that's
in
very
over
true.
his head, bro.
Wait, and this all
Like,
comes with dating Meadow. Like it all comes back.
Don't get me wrong. Exactly. Don't get me wrong. This is a major reveal. This is crazy. It's shocking. But you still, as a man, should know how to deal with this. You ain't got to be from this world.
Okay.
You just got to be securing your manhood.
Yeah.
And being like, I'm going to address how niggas are addressing me. Y'all not gonna play with me out here on this construction site. You not gonna play with me, Vito, because I seen you sucking dick. Like I'm going to be a man about this, bro. Like we ain't gonna play no games, bro. And Finn kept letting people play with him. Pause.
Comedy.
If anything, hey Finn, hey Vito. If anything happened, I know how you move. If anything happened to me, Meadow knows.
Facts.
Meadow knows.
And you know you can't do
if
that.
something happens to me, she gonna tell Tony what's up.
There you go. That's a good play.
As a man,
like that.
I'm gonna put the 1-2 out there and stop playing with me, bro. Don't
you
be
and,
fucking around.
Yeah, you and I know
lurk
what's going
around.
on.
Tell me I piss like a whatever. Like, bro, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
and keep it that way.
Yeah.
Mo, you said that's a good play, bro. That's an automatic play for me. The way my brain works, like there's no way I can't sit here. You're not about to fucking press me like this.
How many people y'all know like y'all?
I know Spike.
Okay, y'all know each other. Then after that, who else?
I'm gonna say, what do you mean?
How many people you know like you? Personality.
I'm sure there's some people out there.
Reactive type, like
I
know.
I don't know a lot of people like me, but I know a lot of niggas that would not let him. Like, if I caught you, Vito, like how you working, you ain't finna press me, bro.
Yeah, Mo, you ain't about to let this happen to you.
It's on you.
I know.
It's
I'm not
on
saying
you,
that.
not me. This is
saying.
on you, not me, bro. Quit putting this shit back on me. Like, get the fuck out of my face. I ain't finna do nothing extra. You got caught. Like, bro, that's on you. Don't come try to press me like, oh, I gotta act this certain way. Like, no, my nigga, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm working this little summer job trying to get my shit together. Don't come talking to me because I caught you sucking some nigga dick in the parking lot at 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't come pressing me like, oh, I gotta do this and do that in the third. No, nigga, that's on you.
Yeah. But they all right, we'll revisit because we're not about to have a 3-hour episode. It's not happening. We're not doing this today. Phineas and Meadow talk about Vito, and Phineas was on to Vito having 2 possible motives. And they argue, and this is just hilarious to me because they anyway, I got a personal touch to it, but I'm gonna let it marinate. But what do y'all think Vito's motive is? Or should we wait to the baseball scene?
Before I get to Vito's motive, I think this is my bad.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, before I get to Vito's motive, I think Meadow, she didn't do herself any favors right here. She need to be more understanding of this. Like you said this earlier, I think, Mo, like she don't understand that he don't understand the world that he's in right now. And she just like, oh, this would never happen. And oh yeah, right.
He's
and
married.
Like, nah, bitch, like you need to understand what I'm telling you right now. And the pressure that I'm under. Like, you need to realize what I'm telling you. And in the sense of she just did not do that. She was very, like, I don't know the word to describe it, but it wasn't right.
She's
very pretentious in her stance in this. Like, oh, he's a married man. Like, bitch, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm telling you what I saw.
She's not aware either. She's lacking awareness in this moment. Because at this point, you have to realize, like, okay, then either I need to let him know what this is,
what's going on,
or I need to let him take that suitcase that I'm complaining about and go ahead and pack that shit up and get up out of here. Like, honestly, because Meadow has to see, like, this nigga is shook. Like, if you about to be in my family, like, this shit can't phase you. Because when you the shook person in the room, you look like the one that's going to tell. The one that looks like they're going to tell is the one to get up out of here.
Took out.
Yeah.
So you need to really know how to move around my fam if you're going to be here. I can't have you on no weirdo shit. Here's what's going on.
Rich.
Great point. What was Vito's motive to kill him or smash him? Was that any one of those his motive, or he didn't have that at all?
I think Vito was just trying to make sure he understood where Finch was at. I ain't trying to kill you if you ain't trying to tell nobody, but I also need to understand where you at with this.
Okay.
Like, since you so far removed from this lifestyle that we live, like, are you going to tell Meadow? Would you possibly tell Tony? Would this come up in a riff session with the guys? Like, Where you at with this?
Yep. You know
I
what
think
it
that's what
is.
Vito was with it.
Yeah, when you in the wrong, you always feel guilty. It's like we talk about House of the Dragon season 2. Blood and Cheese broke into the castle while Allison and there getting dick down. She riding dick, and her daughter walk in on her while she doing it. They never had that conversation, right? But she feel guilty about it, and by the time she about try to bring it up, her daughter just ignored it, like it didn't even happen.
It
Like, but Allison carried that with her because she knew, like, oh shit, you saw me doing some shit I knew I shouldn't have been doing, or it ain't even about me knowing I shouldn't have been doing it. It's about nobody should have seen me doing it, and you saw me. So now let me try to read the situation. That's exactly what Vito's doing. Let me read the situation, see exactly what you know and where your temperament is, and as a bonus, nigga, if I can hit you, I'm gonna hit you too. Probably what Vito was thinking.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely was trying to.
Yeah, if you down for it, shit, I'll hit you too.
And this goes to what we was talking about with even understanding not paying for the dinner with Tony. Like, Phineas needs to understand the world that he's in. So I need to be able to go to this baseball game with Vito and let him understand, like, bro, I'm not a threat to you, bro. I don't give a fuck about you sucking dick in the parking lot or the construction site. That don't mean nothing to me. But you're not gonna press me about it either. Like, he needs to be able to be a man. Like you said, as far as when Meadow was asking him the questions, like, oh, I want you to make the decision. I want you to tell me what to do. All of this goes to show that Phineas is just not that dude, bro.
Well, I told you, I think that Tony thing broke all of this. So that Tony thing broke all of this. I think the minute that happened,
that can't be the dude that marries Meadow Soprano.
Yeah, well,
if that broke you, you can't marry my daughter.
Okay, but let's get there because they're nowhere near that point. So we anyway. So Vito was waiting on Phineas. Phineas didn't show up. Then we get back to Meadow and Phineas. Phineas, it's 4:23 in the morning. And Meadow had just made a point. She said, "It's simple. Do you want to do this or not?"
I'd have told her no.
That's where, like,
just
bro,
to go to bed.
Just
to go to bed.
I'm packing my shit. And I'm leaving.
Like, I ain't about to do this all
as
night,
hot
man.
as it is like, I will tell you this. I'm not saying it's 4:23, but I've been through this. Like, me and my
ain't
wife,
doing this at all, Mo.
We definitely went through this. Boyfriend, girlfriend stage, just being passionate. You're not sure, like, this is a real thing. I know y'all can't relate, but there's listeners out there that y'all know what I'm talking about when you're at that 19 to 21, 22 phase where you're back and forth. You really like this girl, love this girl, love this man, but y'all just, it's a thing. Like, y'all hit us up. Like, trust me, it's a thing. It's a thing.
If this is what it requires, I'm done. I'm good. I don't need this.
Hey, well,
I ain't that much in love, bro. I'm sorry. It may be a me thing, but I'm done. Cool.
I get it.
Whatever you need to do tomorrow to make sure you
but if I'm him, I'm definitely like, okay, nah, we ain't doing this. Like that, I would have said no. Like, nope. Because all that came with this from the moment we had that dinner all the way down, it's like, your dad got me the job. You got him to get me the job. I was on the site, and then all these things that if I'm him, so she goes into
this is your life for the next 30 years, though,
bro. And then it's like,
you marrying this woman,
bro, and she talking to him, and he fell asleep. He fell asleep in mid-argument, and then like this, pretty much.
Hey, that's mad disrespectful. Falling asleep mid-argument is crazy.
But it's 4 a.m. It's like, bruh, that's how you know, dude. He literally hit her with the jagged eggs. Like, we might as well do it. Like, let's might as well get married. Like, why not? He's really taking extreme to just say, I'm just trying to get you to shut up.
Yeah, I want you to stop talking.
That is crazy. Like, he's weak. He's super weak, bro. Like,
yeah, Finn not that nigga, bro.
Nah, not at all.
Not that dude.
He's like, why don't we just get married? Why would you even say that? Like, and then like it's just the backpedaling of it all. Like, when he's like, I took my luggage out to process. No, nigga, you ready to go? Like, I just wish he would have just stood on it. Like, this is what I'm doing.
She should have pressed him a little bit more.
Because I like when she said that. Do you want to do it or not? And he should have said, if you want to, like that.
That answered every question that she asked. Like, no, he don't want to do this.
No,
he's waiting on you to make a decision.
Yeah, he's a goof, but Anything else you want to add to it, Rich?
Finn, not that dude, bro.
Nah, that's why you Phineas, man. Yeah, I told you don't get that Finn. You ain't cool like that, bro. That's it for you, Rich? You good? Look at he like, I can't stand this nigga. All right. We go to the next scene, and this scene lasts way too long.
Yeah, that's on they wild.
They were.
I'm not doing. I'm with Spike, man. I'm not doing none of this.
Yeah. This is extreme. This is extreme.
4 a.m, like, come on, man. Stop playing with me,
like that's why he fell asleep. But Carmela calls the attorney, and pretty much the attorney is backpedal gang, like the rest of the city. And you know, Tony plays dirty. Like, what does she expect? That's what he do. Like, and there's a line that could be in the running for the best line that I haven't spoke to in the earlier scene with them. I want to add something to this attorney and
for me, it ain't even about Tony playing dirty. It's just that Tony's name ring out. Like, yeah, remember, dude was gun cold. He was like, bet shit.
He was locked in.
Yeah, well, I done had a dude found some dudes, a vending machine company. I done found his money. We let's get him. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I didn't know your husband was Tony Soprano. On that thought,
you didn't tell me that.
Like Davies Catino, freaking Tony Soprano. Remember?
My partners did remind me I have a heavy workload, heavy caseload. Like, bro, Tony's reach is out here, man. It's just on some. What you gonna do? Nobody wants to take that case because they don't want to be in my crossfire.
What I hate about this is how surprised she act like she is about it.
Yeah.
Who do you think you dealing with?
She don't get out. She need to get out the house. This. She don't get out the house, bro. It don't
even matter, bro. If I get out the house, like, you know, your husband is Tony Soprano. Why are you acting like all of these things are going to happen?
It's because she only knows Tony up until a point. He says, "Don't pick now for me to make you an accessory." So she really I don't think she knows Tony murdered. Like, she may know adjacent. She knows, like, okay, maybe something happened. He was a part of it, but I don't think she can physically imagine that, because the Tony I know is just this cheating, charming dog.
I ain't giving her that leeway, bro. She know.
Bro, that's just there's no way she could sleep. There's no way she could sleep. Here's why it don't work to me. Because she could not be that oblivious to think my husband he's physically murdered. He murdered a guy on our daughter's college trip.
She told the teacher dude that. You may not be
break your knees, but that ain't murder though.
Nah, she said lose your life when she was talking to the teacher dude.
She said it's not my life I'm worried about.
Exactly.
But that don't mean she's thinking murder though. Look at what he did to Alan.
You acting like Phineas.
No. Look at what he did to Alan. He made that life hell. He said, "Oh, you must think I'm a thug." And she's like,
but "That was something different, though. That was something different. That was there's this business dispute that I have. I ain't gonna kill everybody that I have a business dispute with. If somebody's fucking my wife and I'm Tony Soprano, it's not your right. It's not your life that I'm worried about.
But this is before they smashed, though. So she was speaking that before they even smashed. It'd be different if she said it after.
Know he's capable, bro. She know he's capable of murder. She know that.
I don't think. I'm not saying she don't think he's capable. That is not what I'm saying. Is I don't think she's thought it all the way through. Like, she has this block in it because this is the only way she could function as a wife to him.
That's on. Then she acting like Phineas. Then that's a Phineas trait of hers. She should know that. 20 years in. Yeah, my husband kills people. It's a part of his job, bro. My husband kills people, bro. Like, you should know that.
That's why. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
My husband kills. Tony and Melfi saying Tony is mad because he's panicking. He's having a panic attack in real time, and Tony tells a story about what happened the night of the botched robbery from Blundetto. First, he says cocksucking jigaboos, black people again is the reason. That he said, all right, bump that. Here's what really happened. And he said he got in an argument with Olivia and he had a panic attack, hit his head. What he said on the counter, on the corner, and passed out. And he said, I couldn't tell nobody about it. And he says, I'm a robot to my pussy ass weakness. What do y'all think? Anything I want to add to this scene? Really, really good reveal.
This was my favorite scene of the episode.
Okay.
I know we're gonna get to the best scene. It's my favorite scene of the episode because Tony was open. He was honest. He finally let that out, man. We've been playing that dance for the whole season.
Yeah.
He's been bringing us up to Blundetto about like, I'm the one that went, I easily could have got pinched that night. We knew something was there, but we never really knew what it was. And then it was like, I got my head cracked by these black dudes. And he could have left it there.
Yeah.
But he really opened up and said, nah, this is what happened. I had a fucking panic attack. Like, what does that look like? How am I gonna tell the guys that this happened?
Thanks.
It was just a good breakthrough. And the fact that I love how Melfi connected the dots. Like, hold on. Like, your cleaner was talking about her cousin. Then your cousin. I'm connecting all these dots tied to your panic attack. Like, it seems like there's one common denominator. I just loved it. It was great acting.
Thanks.
Like, the moment when he was catching his panic attack in that chair, incredible acting.
Boy. It is. Anything you want to add to it,
Jigaboo
Spike?
cock-sucking motherfuckers.
Passion for a lie, bro. That's crazy.
There's nothing to add to that. That was perfectly put by Rich.
Okay, and then we get
Jigaboo's wild, man. Jigaboo just wild.
Jigaboo is crazy.
Somebody call me a Jigaboo. I might chuckle. I might chuckle. If somebody call me a Jigaboo. Like,
you know what's worse than Jigaboo though?
What's that?
Coon.
Coon. I don't know. To pull a Jigaboo out the bag is just like, that's very intentional.
Nigga call me a Jigaboo. I'm gonna be taking it back. I'm gonna be taking it back. Like, damn, bro, you went like
Jigaboo is like.
I really know what. Really racist.
I really needed to research Jigaboo, like to see what that
seriously hate me.
Honest with you. Yeah. Jigaboo is one of them ones.
Jigaboo is one of the ones. Yeah. But Coon though. Like
Coon more prevalent, like that's more mainstream. Like
it is, but it's still like dirty.
You get a Coon from
remember the Titans had a Coon in it.
Yeah, a Coon from a nigga that's tapped in. Like you get the okay, I get this nigga. He Tariq Nasheed as Dr. Umar. Like I get the Coon reference. Jigaboo though.
But think about it. If somebody's not black and call you a Coon. See, we don't think about it. All these black people say it's like, all right, whatever. I get what you're trying to say. But what if somebody is not black, they call you a
non-black person calling me a coon is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's up there with Jigaboo.
Yeah, you gotta fight. That's slick. You gotta fight. Though.
Slick.
A white person can't call you a coon.
Nobody else outside of black.
You coon it hard enough. You coon it hard enough where a white person call you a coon. Oh, bro, you gotta fight. That's crazy.
They call you a coon, bro.
Yeah, a white person calling you a coon is crazy.
They might get that off if they're married to a black person.
Nah, that's even worse.
You didn't get that off at all, bro.
All right, our white listeners. All right, let me say this.
There's no scenario where a white person getting coon.
No, it's not. We're being funny here, y'all. I get it. We always do these.
Why you think Stephen A. was so mad when Terrell Owens said Max was blacker than him?
See,
there's certain things you know.
Long story. Don't get me started. Don't get me started because I could go there. But last scene, so we can get out of here because I got to get out of here. Tony is in the pool. He's psycho. Like this is just psycho behavior. Beto calls to say she's engaged, and then we see Carmela is crying, and that level of crying, just again, Edie Falco just bodying it. Anything I want to add to that last pool scene?
Carmela, like, don't do it. Don't do it. You about to start your marriage. I'm looking at ending one. I'm telling you, this shit might not be all it's worth.
Yeah, that marriage thing was running through, even with
Tony's just so comfortable. She's just looking like I can't escape. I can't escape this shit.
The facts that she didn't have the words to explain how she was feeling was great. That's what make this show, the writers, the actors, like she didn't have the words to tell her daughter, like, nah, bro. Like, and we seen. They were so good with this episode. We seen all of the reasons why she should not be marrying this nigga. Like we didn't even need Carmela to tell her no. We as viewers are looking at this and like, nah, that don't sound right. Like the marriage, the proposal, that don't sound right. Like we seen all of that, and Carmela was doing that in real time. Like, nah, like I'm not even cool with this at all.
Yeah, you should hold off.
Act cool with this. Yeah, I gotta act cool with this so you won't think that I'm in some type of competition with you because of the conversation that we had when we were out shopping.
For sure.
It was so good. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. And that is our episode. Before we get out of here, of course, we like to leave with some rankings. So without further ado, Spike Lou, how do you rank this episode? Is it just another envelope, good earner, or made episode?
This is a made episode for me. From the all of the seeds that were planted in this episode, this is part of the transition, what we always talk about here with the different seasons of the Sopranos and the different phases of it. this is one of those phases where you're like, okay, shit getting real now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, made episode for me.
Nice. What about you, Rich? How do you rank this episode?
Made nigga got made niggas with me.
I like it. I was back and forth because I thought May. I said, man, am I jumping out the window? But even going through the review, I'm like, yeah, this is May. Like it's almost flawless, really. So
Great episode.
Great episode. Who gets the Good Earner Chain award for you this episode, Spike?
The Good Earner episode, the Good Earner Chain goes to Johnny Sack, man. One of my favorite episodes. I know it's cheating, but him putting 2 and 2 together and really he held it together, but he didn't. Like telling Tony, like, nigga, I know your cousin didn't have nothing to do with this, bruh. And I'm wilding out right now and even bringing this up to you, but I know. And if you can bring some other facts to me to tell me it didn't, because I believe the sources that I have, great episode by Johnny Sack in limited amount of screen time.
I like it. All right, Rich, who gets the Good Earner Chain from you?
The security guard getting a neck dinner from Vito.
Damn, that's a good one.
Nah,
it's crazy.
Now say what you mean the first time. No, just
nigga getting a neck dinner, neck breakfast, whatever you want to call it.
4 o'clock in the morning.
That time of the day.
Construction site is insane.
That's crazy.
Y'all wanted to get caught. The real good earnest Tony B. Because how do you go from
that's crazy
being involved in this shit, and I know you involved, to here go one of the biggest money makers we got, the casino. Like I don't even know how that happened. Like you get into a void, like Tony's putting himself in lies for you. Like you are a good earner, bro. You should be off. You should be out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You got people covering for you. You making more money. It's like the more you fuck up, the more you get rewarded.
Yeah, that's
a good point.
It's not a lot of without trying to take Tony out of the. I guess I don't know. I don't want to say Eugene.
Whoa.
Well, Eugene. Eugene
as a good earner of the episode.
I mean, I'm trying to. It ain't too
but
many
hitting
options.
a nigga over the head for making a gay joke.
I mean,
that's crazy. They gonna look at you crazy for that, Bo.
That's crazy, bro.
I didn't say that. That ain't why I was giving him that. You said that, not me. I didn't say that. He said that.
You're right.
Okay, all
right. See, look what y'all trying to do. Narrative builds, like.
You're right. I said that.
I guess Blundetto for me too. Then I guess it ain't really too many options. Tony is really one of them ones, but yeah, I go Blundetto. Who gets a broken balls? Now this should be a little bit more interesting. Spike
you got so many options.
Yeah,
it's not feet. I mean,
Phineas.
Metal, yeah, Phineas. It's really easy for me. He was a bum ass nigga this whole episode. He don't even deserve to be in the presence of Meadow, if we're being honest, bro.
She way out of his league too. Come on, bro.
Noah deserved to be more in her presence than he did. It's
Phineas. I agree. That I agree with. That I do agree.
Phineas is a bitch ass nigga, bro.
What about you, Rich? Who gets two broken balls, man?
I'm gonna go with Johnny Sack.
Like
y'all niggas playing in my face, and I can't prove it yet, but I know y'all playing, and I really take this as disrespectful, because y'all, I know something's going on, and I'm so upset because I can't prove it. Now, I'm at this funeral, I'm watching this dude, and I love how Tony said it, man. That's how it goes. You know that, like you know the nigga that did the deeds gonna show up and kiss the mama. Yeah. It's the Bishop and Juice. Like, we know how this works.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's just too much disrespect that I can't address. Like, in our world, if I see some foul shit, I'm dead in that shit right away, and I can't do that right now for any of it. I got to sit through this funeral. I got to look at little Carm, all that shit, and I'm not going. Like I feel like when you have the power to do something and to make changes, and you're not able to exercise it because of lack of information. That's almost like one of the worst feelings in the world.
Yeah.
Like I ain't got to wait on permission. I can go ahead and do it. I just don't know enough. And in the meantime, I'm be trying to find out all of y'all playing in my face. Y'all got me fucked up. That's why I got to give it to Johnny Sack.
Fair. I'm going a little Pauly. You had your warning, and then the way he looked when they had that blood all over his face, bro, man, you got oof. I mean, that looked like one of them really hard glass bottles you get from the gas station. You know that one you can hit that sound on it where you know this ain't no plastic.
That Calypso bottle.
That Calypso bottle, bro. That looked crazy when he hit, and then he kicked him in his face. Like getting kicked in the face is crazy if you ain't in MMA.
And people laughing. And people laughing like it wasn't serious to no one there.
Nah,
except for Finn. Yeah. Carmela really should have been the answer, but I ain't trying to pile on Carmela. Like Carmela,
Carmela definitely. Yeah, that would have been a good one. That would have been a good one too.
Man, she had a rough episode, man.
What's your favorite line of the episode, Spike Lou?
Go to Rich first.
All right, Rich.
I want to say poor thing was starved for it, honestly, but
that's
really
that is good though.
That's a good line. It's because of the delivery of it and shit, man. Tony funny as hell. But Johnny Sack, when they go, come on, huh? There's little Carmine behind it. Payback for that whore he was fucking, little Jane Caluso. Payback for that whore he was fucking is crazy.
Yeah.
Mine was you deserve nothing. Like the whole
you entitled to shit.
You entitled to shit. Like all that bullshit you talking about.
Yeah, that's good.
Dinner, we like, I don't care nothing about any of this. You entitled to shit. I think that was a very good synopsis of this episode.
No, that was I'm going to actually in that same scene. Even though a close run up was put me in, coach. I'm telling you, like, but that scene for me when she says, you want this to get ugly, Tony, because these guys live for that. And you think I don't? That line right there. Mm-hmm. Oh, you think I don't?
Like, who you think you're dealing with?
I'm that person. Like people do not get it twisted with me. I am that pro. You think I don't? Okay, watch this. So yeah, I'm definitely that person. Like, oh, I'm petty with dedication. So and lastly, what is your favorite moment of the episode, Spike Lou?
My favorite moment of the episode was when Tony realized that Tony B limping away and Johnny Sack mentioned that the guy was limping away and that was a source that he had from his police officer from the homeless dude. And Tony finally like, oh shit. Like Tony realizing that it was his cousin. That was my favorite moment of the episode.
Okay. What say you, Rich?
I already explained mine, the Melfi scene.
Which
I already
one?
gave the details. At the end of the episode.
The reveal. Okay.
Yeah, and I went into detail, so I don't want to double up. But yeah.
Okay. Sorry, box. For me, that Johnny Sack is really good too. I guess I'm gonna go Phineas, the big reveal of Vito and the security guard. Because the storyline that's created after that is one of the most entertaining, funniest, intricate stories that I always enjoy. When people are like, they shouldn't even put that in there. I'm like, nah, y'all don't understand. Like I get so much. Yeah. So
it deserved to be in there.
Yeah, it deserved to be in there. It was really good material. And then that backstory that Rich told us about him bringing that to the forefront. So that was really good. Let me put that here real quick and we get out of here. Vito reveal. But that is our episode, man. We thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all want to reach out, we will read your emails on air, goodearnerpod@gmail.com, or you can follow us, hit us up on Instagram for your meme fix, as well as your questions on Instagram, goodearnerpod_Sopranos. We thank y'all for tuning in, and remember, don't forget about it.